The seals have been broken, and the devils are here. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Sentinels of the Horizon, our powered by Cortex superhero action TTRPG actual play on all those fun things.
Yeah.
I hope everybody's having a good night. I'm looking forward to having our players have a good night, and I'm looking forward to you guys having a fun night watching along as we play through some awesome shit. But we are going to do our first thing that we do on every show. We're going to get through some announcements, get through some shout-outs, and then we're going to jump right into the game. Let's get into tonight's game. It's going to be weird. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be intense. I know that for sure. Everybody strap in for tonight's episode.
It's gonna be on the beach.
Beach episode.
This is for tonight's episode of Sentinels of the Horizon, entitled Fear of the Unknown. Just before they left, Threshold gave a... crap. I gotta answer a call. You guys go ahead. And opened a portal. Said portal dumped Demiurge, Dr. Atomica, and Chernabog into the dunes outside the beach on Fire Island on Ocean Parkway. She used Google Maps to find out where she would drop them off. And once they arrived, they saw that the portal closed behind them and no threshold followed. And off in the distance, as the sun is still maybe an hour or so away from setting, it's getting towards dusk. The Sentinels stand amongst the dunes, hearing trucks drive by, going up to the air station, letting out their air on their tires so that they can drive over the sand in their many four-wheel drive vehicles. I don't think there would be a loud lad who wouldn't be caught in anything but a four-wheel drive vehicle of some kind. A 4x4 gives them confidence. And in the distance, music can be heard. But nothing distinct. Just kind of, you can hear the bass here and there. As you were standing in a dune area just off the boardwalk path that leads up to the main beach. You're currently hidden from sight, but you can see the tops of heads walking past the opposite dune where the pathway leads to the beach. As Demiurge, Dr. Atomica, and Chernabog await the arrival of Threshold. Take it away. Right back.
Well, looks like we made it.
We
And-
are short one of us.
Oh, yes, I guess not all of us made it. What was the deal with phone call? She got real panicky and just said, "Get out of here."
Best guess, she
Well,
probably
she's-
got pulled to do something.
Oh, good. Not like we're busy or anything.
It's not like we're in the middle of thing as well.
I reckon she would have probably been someone that could determine that going to that probably hits higher, unfortunately, than we can.
I'm just saying, she could have, like, given us a call
Oh,
or
certainly.
something.
Certainly. We're going to assume
Anyway,
until
so-
it... Sorry, go on.
Oh, no, so anyway, what's his plan now? Are we waiting for her to come back? Are we going ahead and going to do stuff? What do you guys want to do?
She can slip through space and probably time. I don't see any reason to wait for her here. If she's gonna catch up, she'll catch up.
Hmm.
All right, we should probably get to spying on these people.
Just as
Roots around in jacket.
Atomica says that, not 30 feet behind you as you're starting to walk towards the dunes, walk deeper into the dunes, Threshold's portal opens up. You hear the low hum of the hole in space that presents itself when Threshold opens a portal.
Oh, here she is.
And not Threshold comes through. Instead,
Holy shit! You can't wait.
please, describe what they see, if you will.
Howdy, partners. Are you ready to get rough and tumble with some of these here bad hombres? You see this, except, more fit.
Looks at Cherno, looks at Atomica. Yes, but not yet? Question mark?
Well, there goes
Yes.
subtlety.
We're all looks at Atomica. You have an entire atomic symbol on your shirt. Cherno has horns, but with a hat. Subtlety's going to be off the radar unless we completely stay out of room. Okay, hey, name, or have we met before?
Oh,
feel like we've
we've
met.
definitely met at a couple of the mixers that they like to throw for us. Get in there, make all nice and nice in front of the cameras and stuff. We've been around. I'm El Norteño.
Gotcha. Hey, good to meet
Nice.
you. Puts hand out.
Nice to meet you as well. And I give you this just absurdly overpowered
Ow.
handshake.
Oh,
Careful, we have shaken hands before. It is not. Be careful.
okay.
Noted.
Quick introductions, and then we can talk about plan.
Yeah, so Threshold is apparently busy. Sent me down here to tag in.
Sweet God in heaven.
Okay.
So
We've clearly
So-
pissed her off, so that's good to know.
How about before we go back behind the dunes and let's proper talk about this before we do anything that's going to get us shot or worse. Yay, nay?
I mean, I
yes,
feel like
that's
we have
fine.
good idea. We walk over here and we say, "Hey, the people are there. Let's go look at them." I don't know,
Oh,
Yeah,
I fit
but you
in
want to-
quite well into most
I-
social situations. You will find I am a very charismatic and fun individual to be around. I'm also perfectly fine having a bit of a chat first if you want to go over any kind of plan or something. That works out just fine for me. Tactics and ring generalship are something I value highly.
Fair enough. I'm going to gesture that we go behind the dune, and once we do, I'd like to see if I can quickly make a telepathic link between us four, so we don't have to use our comms,
Yeah,
if possible.
that doesn't. I'm not going to have you roll that. That's simple
enough.
enough. It's just creating a completely silent communication. It's just
Cool.
a conversation. You've been behind the dunes, so it's just kind of keeping your heads down.
Okay,
Essentially,
cool.
the way these work is that as you get to the signage that tells you where the beach is, it's just an arrow that points you straight ahead down a long boardwalk that cuts through sand dunes. And these sand dunes are about maybe 10 feet tall. The boardwalk kind of goes through an alley between the two sets of dunes. You're not supposed to walk on the dunes. They are protected land, and if people just walked across them, they would damage them, and that would defeat the purpose of a barrier island. It's a whole geology thing. But you can hide in the dunes easy, so long as you just stay in one of the dips in between the dunes.
Okay.
So there's maybe a football field or two's worth of distance. Dune Cat.
Cat.
Hello, it's Kitty.
There's basically 200 yards worth of distance, 200 meters of distance before you get to the actual opening where the beach opens up and you can see the ocean. Usually there's a bit of a hump to it too, so you can't even see the beach itself from the road, or at least the parking lot. The Sentinels are in one of the depressions in the dune area. So there's still 2 feet of sand over your heads that block vision from the boardwalk. So you don't have to worry about like ducking behind a dune right now. The best you can see is that certain parts of the dune area dip low enough that you can see the tops of heads, or like some asshole carrying a flag of some kind. Something about, making America something something. And as they walk down towards the beach, you can hear a little bit of their conversations, but nothing super clear unless you actually went out of your way to go listen. So creating a mental link. Now, mind you, in this mental link, you can share some imagery as well. So when you say a thing, you can actually show a visual thing if you close your eyes and concentrate. Speaking to each other with your minds, very easy. That's simple thought. But even imagery courge be shared. So Demiurge
that was
opens
actually
up
what I was aiming for.
Yeah. So Demiurge opens up a link and
Oh,
You-
sorry, guys.
No,
Let me turn that
Stop
off.
that. Stop that forever.
You feel what feels like middle part of your forehead feels like something's pulling on it, like you're walking through cobweb the entire time, and something continuously feels like it's crawling on the front of your forehead. But other than that, you don't see anything, at least not at first. No, it's just me. It's just me. So, off the top of my head, I'm going to make this as quick as we can so we can get started on this. Norteño, I'm Demiurge. Over here to my left is Atomica. To my right, Chernabog. We're all cool. We're going to be going into effectively a meeting intentionally just to look around. I hope we don't have to kick people's asses. If it happens, it happens. I'm expecting, because of who these people are, that we're going to have to kick asses.
We see the wink. You don't have to point at the wink.
Who's the team leader?
Typically Threshold would, but if does anyone mind if I XO for now?
Sure.
Sure.
I like your confidence. Thank you.
Oh, I have none, but
I'm not expecting any from you.
right. So, but it makes sense. You're welcome to be in charge. I will perform to the best of my abilities.
That's
weird
all
situations
anyone
for
can
me.
ask for. My main concern is just making sure we all get out and we get information. So if you talk to anybody and find anything new, pass it along. Try not to get people in trouble. Try not to disrupt it too much. I'm expecting that some of them, because the guy we walked into, that Stan guy, was a Promethean too. Some of them are probably going to be some variation of Prometheans, I'm willing to bet. We're not here, unfortunately, to try to debate them. We're here to look. And does anyone have any questions so far?
Specifically, if we can
Well.
get any connections up the chain on the Thule Battalion.
Yes.
Since we're hoping to maybe get something there. If nothing else, maybe whatever you're doing right now to my head, which
It is a telepathic link, so you can not have to use comms in case they can snoop on comms, and importantly, pass along pictures of, concentrate on an image you're seeing, like a person or a place or a thing, and concentrate on it really nicely, and you'll be able to pass it along to the rest of us.
what does everyone
So it's
see
like,
as Chernabog concentrates? Because he's
So
trying.
Did you see?
It sounds like a
Yes.
mental discord, right?
Yes.
Like I
Yeah,
can
like
take
a
a
mental
screenshot and share it with my buddies.
Yeah, exactly. You're actually
All right.
You're pretty cool, Notanya. Okay, cool. That means I can actually, okay. I think I've gotten all the prep for this one out of the way. Do you all have any questions or things you want to bring up beforehand?
no,
Open floor?
just just see what you can find out if anybody's got any connections to Thule, and we move up from there. Once we've got that, we don't need this place anymore. Not that I'm advocating that we like glass it. I mean, we could, if we want to,
We'll
I have
decide
ways.
whether or not.
but we shouldn't.
We should.
I think this place is protected land. Starts
We'll see
Googling
how
our
it
glasses.
goes. All right.
Yes, it is.
There you go. I will mostly be keeping a distance. If necessary, I will get in, but I'm expecting that somebody somehow is going to take issue with me and gestures to his skin. Because
mean,
these things tend to go
honestly-
hand in hand. So
I mean, have you seen my skin? Like,
I
I think they hate us equally. Honestly, these
That's
people
true.
they very much they're racist, but also very very anti-Promethean, and I think this actually is higher in their importance. So
let's hope
I
so.
think we just go in and see what happens.
Sounds good to me.
Call it in the ring. Sounds just fine.
All right. Last question. Going once, going twice. Let's get Boogie. That was not the right fucking. He just starts walking towards it.
Cue my entrance music, and
Oh, Jesus,
in
no.
my head I start thinking loudly for you guys this like just wailing power chord riff that just keeps going and going and going. It resets every like 30 seconds.
nope. I start reciting pi.
I like this. It's very nice.
I didn't realize we had screen share as well as music share, but I'll
Cacophony
rock
of
with
the
it.
brains aside, you have deeper into the dunes, which leads to the beach in front of you. To your left, you have the boardwalk that people are currently walking down. How do you wish to proceed?
I'm just gonna walk over to the boardwalk because it'd be weird if we didn't come in with everyone else.
Yeah, we definitely want to go in the way that everybody's expecting to kind of move into that space. Because, to be clear, one of the things we talked about last time was that we were going there in just regular ass clothes.
Yep.
So, I have to know about our Lucha friend. Obviously, you've still got the mask. Obviously, that's not even a question for me. What about the rest of your attire?
What about it?
Okay, just making sure.
I am
For my
always...
part, I am wearing normal clothing.
Oh, are you? Okay, I didn't know that. I am always in full gear. You never know when one of them there dastardly heels might come out and try to, you know, make you take a bump or two. So,
You
No,
were
this
walking
is-
into a hell in a cell, my guy.
as always.
No, this is good. You look completely insane, and that will probably play in well to them.
Mm-hmm. That's true, actually.
So as you're
Yeah.
making your way to the boardwalk, I will accept some wits awareness tests.
Let's go.
Get this started.
Awareness.
If you
TA.
have any kind of like sight oriented specialty works. Also, remember, select an appropriate distinction for being kind of aware of your surroundings. And finally, if you have any sense-based superpowers, now would be the time to also add that in.
Hell yeah.
Psychic senses
Alright.
count?
No, this is a visual thing. This is a visual thing.
Okay.
What are we rolling against?
You are rolling against some standard stuff, so let me just generate the... You're rolling against 2d6. Let's see what the dice have to say. Well, that's
We're very small.
made it difficult for you. Starting off the night right, we're on a 12.
That's okay.
Okay.
Difficulty. I parity
Okay,
sixes,
so
and that's what
I
get.
am rolling my skill plus my attribute plus my distinction, yeah?
And if you have a power as well, yeah. So you should, if you have a super senses power of some kind, you can add that in. Otherwise, it's going to be 3 dice.
Okay.
Yeah. Eat shit, Doom Dice.
Also, let me know if you roll any 1s. Those are important to know about.
Fair enough.
Those are hitches.
Whenever you're ready.
If everybody's got their rolls done, let's start off with, let's go down the line here. So we'll start over with Chernabog.
I have one of them 16s with a D8, but that steps it up, though, correct? Because
No, I rolled a
This-
12. It needs to beat by 5.
Oh, sorry.
That's how
Sorry,
you get to the
sorry.
step up. No, it's
I-
cool. That's a good thing
I
to
thought
bring
for
up.
some reason, I thought it was a 10.
No. If you beat the difficulty that was rolled by 5 or more, you start doing step ups at 5s, intervals of 5. So
Mhm.
in this case, if you had rolled a 17, or no, specifically an 18,
Yeah.
you would have gotten a step up on it. But hey, 16 with a D8 is respectable. So D8 effect die for Chernabog. Atomica.
Exact same roll.
Okay, so Dr.
Hey,
Atomica and
twins.
Chernabog
Just completely identical.
are completely identical. There's no way to tell them apart. Demi.
What?
We are same.
Sorry, doing mental math. 15 with a D6.
Okay. And El Norteño.
I got a 14 with a D10.
There you go. Oh, wow. All right. The most on it of you is
My ring awareness.
our Mescadero. Okay.
These don't affect my vision except to help keep me focused.
Never. Never.
Something,
masks.
something, kayfabe. Something, something.
Luchador masks are well known for their visual aid.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, everybody
Checks
notices that the pathway is pretty clear. There's some people maybe 50 yards ahead of you. Nobody seems to be coming in from the parking area just this moment, so hopping out onto the boardwalk would be really easy right now. Norteño notices down the way on the boardwalk that it looks like they're wearing people are wearing masks. They're not lucha masks, but you definitely see somebody up ahead that's wearing something on their head that isn't just a normal hat. It looks like it like hangs down to their butt, and it's got like, is that Stegosaurus spines on it? And it looks like a mohawk on top with spines, but it's like a hat. It looks strange. And then you notice that they're wearing, it looks like something along the lines of like gloves. And next to them is somebody wearing a cape, but it says loser across the back. But the cape...
Hold on, friends. I think we're running into a heel stable.
Nah.
But the cape itself looks to be the colors of the Weirding One's outfit. The Weirding One's costume. Who is one of the owners, or is the husband of the owner of, or the CEO of the Horizon Foundation, I should say, is the appropriate track to follow there. They look to be wearing
Are they
costumes.
cosplaying us?
That would appear to be the case.
It's not.
Holy
just
shit, this is great.
It's not just costumes. These appear to be parody costumes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it's a sick, sad joke.
Oh.
None of them look like us. Good. We've stayed out of the news.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no one is.
I'm gonna go find somebody to talk to.
Okay.
Like the nearest person.
That's the people 50 feet down the boardwalk. The boardwalk is maybe like, imagining my days on Jones Beach right now, excuse me. It's maybe 20 feet wide. Horizontal planks bolted into rail boards that set it just above the sand line. Occasionally the sand covering over the planks where you're walking. You can hear it creaking underneath your feet as you're walking. So the four of you can walk almost four abreast. Rather easy. Usually people walk 2 and 2 going up
Well, I got the
these.
2.
I'm very glad that you also went with me on that. I was worried I was the only one who giggled.
I'm a child.
Damn me and my use of archaic verbiage. Anyway, following the people in front of you is so they're walking at a standard pace, just kind of enjoying themselves, casual, walking up, laughing a little bit as you can hear the music in the distance. The sun is to your left. So you're walking south.
Okay.
So the sun's to your right, right now because it's about to set. It's setting over the dunes to your right. Just reorientating myself. You were walking south to get down to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Is Atomica going to run to get up to them, or just kind of wait till you get to the larger area?
Yeah, no, yeah, let's. I won't run. I mean, if I have to like, hello, humans, like it's a little suspicious, but if the pace of our walking is fast enough such that we close the gap, like as we're like doing the whole like do kind of thing, then if that happens before they get to the larger crowded area, that's fine by me. But I'm not gonna like break out into a run now.
Okay. Where you got dropped off, was it almost a halfway point? It being a 200-yard walk, you still got another football field's length of walking, but it's now leading down. You've just crested the middle way point, so now you're seeing it trend down towards the beach itself. Out in the middle of the valley, there's loose brush in the dunes as well, by the way. It's not just sand. You can see between the dunes the ocean out. The actual Atlantic Ocean. If you were in this area, yeah, you're actually looking at the ocean, not at the bay. And you can see tents here and there. Some big signs. The music is a little clearer now that you're over the hump. It sounds like...
Yeah, Toby Keith. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like pop country. Somebody's talking about their truck and how they miss going down to the lake.
Them girls out there on a Saturday night.
Girls, time of day, drink. Red Solo Cup was just mentioned. Yeah, it's definitely a pop country song of some kind.
Oh, is this the one about
we must kill them all.
Is this the one about the truck fenders and the cheap beer, or is this the one about the cheap beer and the truck fenders?
I believe they are all the same.
All right.
Hey, loser.
As you
Yes.
say that, it just carries a little bit over. The one wearing the Weirding One cape with loser written across the back turns around, and they're wearing a ridiculous looking wig. A offensively leveled Jerry curled wig. As they look back.
Hell no.
I tell the group mentally, all right, so I recognize that I'm new to this one, so I ain't going to swing at nobody unless you tell me to, but I surely would like to turn this guy's face inside out.
As would I.
Same.
Nice costume.
He turns around and gives you a smile. I was like, yeah, you're cool horns. I don't know that one.
It's from Etsy.
I mean, not a lie.
Ain't wrong.
Oh,
So apparently
I
hat
made
does
mine.
nothing. But Doctor, you told me hat would hide horns. He saw from 50 yards. You're a liar.
Yes.
I styled my hair around this hat.
You did good work. Really sticking it to those
Shut.
yeah.
promos.
I wrote the loser thing on the back to make sure people knew I don't like him.
That made it very clear. I was really uncertain if it was just bad cosplay otherwise. Thank you.
Is that there the official cosplay costume that you can get at the party store?
Yeah, but I like added stuff to it. It's cool, right? And
Right, but you did pay real money for that, right?
Oh no. I'm gonna use.
yeah, but
use
like I
this-
fixed it. Now it's like
Yeah.
it's making a statement. And
Now
on
it
the,
right.
is art.
on the
But you
front,
paid money that benefited the person you don't like, right?
it's
Uh,
on the
I
front.
just
it
reach
has-
over and slap it.
on the front. You see, it's got a big "I'm Horizon's bitch" is like written with Relativity's face. He's like wearing a T-shirt over the outfit itself, And it's
Internally to the group. He's about to be.
It's like, oh, it's good. It's gonna be fun. Are you with the Long Island Rednecks group?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, your accent's cool.
Thanks. Just last week, I went out and I bought myself one of them there books by one of them people we don't like so much, and then I peed on it, and I recorded it and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's it. That's the kind of attitude. Yeah. He turns around, elbows the friend who's just like, "What are you doing? Let's go." As they both continue walking along.
We will see you within.
There's a woo from behind when arms go up.
Over Link, Atomica, you've never been to a tailgate, have you?
That's the bed of a truck. Yes, I've seen them many times.
Never mind.
As you get close,
Please tell me someone else has been to one.
Of course.
Okay. This is gonna be. I was not. You know what? Never mind.
you're starting to smell the charcoal.
I already got over with those guys. I'll
You
win
did?
most of the crowd over if you want.
Case by case.
You're starting to smell the charcoal of grills being cooked on, and you can see that there looks to be under one of the large tents. When I say tents, I mean like pavilion style, open, tied down 8-pole affairs with massive grills out there next to a couple of pickup trucks. And they seem to be cooking, your standard fare. Burgers and hot dogs and stuff like that. And there's a massive sign that says, "Welcome, humans." $5 combo, 2 dogs, beer. And then in another sign across, it says, "Joining tonight, Chip Bassley."
Oh shit, Chip Bassley
From WRAQ, a well-known radio station who has gone on several
They
rants.
may be assholes. They may be assholes, but that's very good pricing, honestly. $2 and beer for $5, like that's pretty good.
$1.50 should be the cost of a hot dog, and if nothing else, and this is clear.
Have you been to beach prices before?
Have you been to a Costco?
No.
I don't think you understand supply and demand very much. Are you sure you should either?
Throws his hands up. Is anyone like? Is there anything that smells like actually like someone's putting time and effort into cooking stuff outside of just sticking things on a grill? Like, does anything smell actually good to eat?
It smells like your standard fucking Costco. Like, oh no, they went to BJ's specifically if they're going to patronize a big box store.
Is this a world in which cooking meat over a flame doesn't produce a pleasant smell?
When they cook it too long, yes.
You can just see
meat doesn't smell right.
You can just see piles of burgers and dogs that are off to the side. People in different shirts. All the shirts have something to say. Every single shirt has something to say.
They're all like overlong messages that are like
yeah, like you got to get close and actually take a second to be like, hold up. And then you can understand what they're saying. They contradict themselves on their own, on the front and the back. Things like, if I have to register my gun, Prometheans need to register themselves.
Or the ones on Facebook that are always like, "I am a proud father and Scorpio, over 75, so don't fuck with me," and it's all written in like 12 different fonts.
Yeah, I am a veteran who served this country, not some freak. Don't mess with me. That kind of stuff. Some of them are inflammatory in the other direction, pointing out that just straight up mocking an individual. One of them says, she shrinks my meat, with a picture of relativity next to it. Who has size changing abilities in her suit.
Oh.
Things like that. Just calling out people and being just popular left-leaning figures within the setting. Just brazen, offensive language written all over the shirts. As well as individuals in mock cosplay. It's that kind of like we're talking the shaman, the Q shaman style level of effort put in. There's some that are like just close to being very offensive in their use of makeup, but there's a slew of them, of just individuals wearing just parts grafted onto the back, mocking the Promethean existence, saying like, look at me, I'm a human too, while they have like an eye stapled to their forehead, a styrofoam eye glued to their forehead, and with a shirt that says a face only a mother could love, that kind of shit. They're walking around having a great time. It's a party. People with beers, people with
blackface, brown face. Not sure
get
what that
food if
one
you wish.
is.
I'm going to go and mingle. Excuse me.
Do we have to pretend to be
also like
racist?
mingle.
I ask him in my head.
Better judgment, but I'd really like the people, if they find us out, not to think we're racist. Don't stick your foot in your mouth. That's all I'll say.
All right, will do. Won't do. Won't do.
All right.
I'm
so to move this forward, if everyone, I'm gonna how everyone is mingling. We're gonna go down the line. We're gonna see how each of you would approach this situation from a mingling standpoint. I'm going to generate a pool for you. So, how would Chernabog mingle with this crew? Note that the strongest thing they have is Corona.
the bear, right?
All of my plans are now ruined. So Chernabog's going to find the nearest keg that's going to have at least 7 people around it, probably 2 of them being stood up on, and doing some keg stand and stuff. And I'm going to just meander over there and just kind of drink near them and try to join up in their little party thing.
Okay.
That's my plan.
Okay. Atomica, how is the scientist going to engage with the erudite conversationalists that suffuse this crowd?
Oh, God help me. Efficiency. Again, I will locate the nearest, the shortest amount of distance I have to walk of a group of ideally primarily or exclusively men and make my way over there.
As female, I shall confuse them with my YLs.
Listen, you get real used to these kind of folk around here,
Yeah.
so yeah.
All right, so now that I'm looking at it quick, I want Chernabog is going to do presence, socialize, appropriate appropriate distinction, and I would say any power that would help you not be stopped by drinking excessively. So like super durability, super endurance, something along those lines.
So I also have a skill specialty in socialize of attention grab.
Yes.
So I feel like
Step that
I'm
up.
going to use that. So that steps up a D8 to a D10, correct?
Yes, it does. So
If-
build up
okay,
that pool, put it to the side. Atomica
Right.
is going to go with because I know Atomica's soul on this one. Composure. Composure.
Okay.
We're gonna go with composure socialize.
Okay.
An appropriate distinction, obviously. And Atomica doesn't have any like super charisma or anything like that.
Oh, absolutely not. Like, superhuman intelligence isn't at play here, and I don't think the enhanced senses from her walking sensor suite that she has really kind of leans into this.
Mm-hmm.
She's completely out of her element and is going to go horribly.
Demiurge. How is Demi gonna mingle and hang out?
First, get food.
Okay.
Second, we're going to be trying to figure out if walking around is a thing I can do in terms of general milling about and latent telepathy. In terms of just a wide cast, looking for anything resembling active thoughts about Thule Battalion.
I like that. 2, I do also want to point out, from a demographic standpoint, yes, this group does trend towards Wonder Bread, but there are people walking about that are, high-fiving along with everybody else, wearing silly costumes that would fit into other demographics as well. There are some POCs walking about, and usually they have something very loud pointing out how much they hate Prometheans on them as well.
Do I see any groups of, like, people at the kids' table, for lack of a better term, that are kind of there because their parents brought them or their family brought them, that are not really there with it? Because if possible, I'd like to see if I can hang with them as a safe place going,
Using them as, like, cover to then use your psychic powers, because if you're going to hang out with them and try and talk to them, that would be a different role than what you were saying before of going around and using your mental prowess to kind of...
I'm going to go around first and, like, mill around, eat, and do the telepathy.
All right.
Failing,
so we'll stick to that first.
Yeah.
We're just doing one thing at a time here.
Yep.
So that's going to be... That's going to be composure as well.
Yes.
Empathy, reading the
Does
room.
repressed
so to
emotions
speak.
count for
No,
a
they're not
specialization?
Here, they're not suppressed.
Damn it.
Yeah. Mask off.
Fucking
Mask off, mask
I
on.
suppose.
You know, that whole thing.
Yep.
That's not saying anything about people who legitimately wear masks for good reasons, of course. Don't take that the wrong way. Okay, thank you.
Right.
I'm just making sure Mascaderos understands.
Mascaderos are welcome here.
I totally
Yes.
understand. There are heel masks and there are face masks, and this is a face mask, and those motherfuckers are pieces of shit.
Also, appropriate distinction, and then add your telepathy.
As per usual, true seeking, because Lamel. Let's do this.
All right,
What's
put
my
that,
difficulty?
Put to the side.
Or hold.
I'm going to give... You're all going to be mingling with the same group of people, so I'm going to build
Gotcha.
one die pool for you all to interact with, but you're all interacting with it in your own unique ways. So I want to find out what you're doing, and then I'm going to build your pools off of that. So last but not least, how is El Norteño interacting with this crowd of individuals?
Well, I'm just trying to do whatever it takes to get over. So, I'm hanging out. I'm meeting people. I'm saying hi. I'm shaking hands. I'm kissing babies. I'm cutting promos every once in a while. I'm just generally trying to be, a nice all-around guy that everybody likes.
Presence. Expression. For the purposes of cutting promos. An appropriate distinction. And powers wise, do you have any like social oriented powers or anything like that? No? So then just the 3 dice.
Yeah, unless there's some way for me to use like my super thingies, my bits and pieces and bobs to make people happy.
TOS.
So I'm gonna pick So this is an interesting die pool. So it's a pair of d6s representing their intelligence. Then we're going to put in
It's too high.
an extra d8 for tough crowd as their distinction. And an extra d8 representing their resistance. And this is your difficulty to roll off of. Not bad. You have a 9 to beat, all of you.
Okay.
Shall we roll?
Please roll.
Just also informing using one of my distinctions, D4, to get also a hero point off of it too, because Promethean Problem Child.
Uh-huh. Good
And I am
call.
literally surrounded by assholes.
That's, yeah, very much so.
What were we trying to beat?
You
I
are
hate this.
trying to beat a 9. 9!
9.
Do you get a compliment? You get a hitch there?
I don't. I'll wait.
We'll get to it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that. So what we're doing is the players are rolling their dice. They're trying to acquire 2 dice that beat a 9. Beat, cannot meet. You must beat the number. And then picking the highest extra die off of that to be their effect die, which is like your degrees of success. So, first, Chernabog.
I got me there one of them 12s
Okay.
with a D10.
D10 effect die. Okay, D10 for Chernabog. Cherno's actually able to fall in with the crowd. He found kind of a college crew, a bunch of guys that are wearing paramilitary, like, it's like jorts, but it's like they bought BDUs and cut them off just below the knee.
God in heaven.
They're wearing
Lord.
t-shirts that are mocking a variety of t-shirts mocking the Horizon Foundation and other organizations. One of them specifically says UN Unite This, and it's just a picture of Calvin pissing on the Horizon logo. It's a shitty crew. But what you're able to get from them is that there is a rumor there's going to be a surprise guest tonight. That Chip is bringing in somebody that's gonna really help everyone make a difference. And this is their big reveal. They're super pumped. It's gonna be awesome, dude. Atomica.
Yeah, I need to burn a hero point
Oh.
because I rolled a 9.
Ah.
So if I burn a hero point, I can buy in this other D6 to bring it up to a 11.
An 11.
Unfortunately, that means I then have no effect die. My effect die becomes a D4.
D4.
Yeah, so
You've
spend one of those, and then I get a whopping D4.
okay. You find that they don't like Prometheans here. Specifically, that the bit of information that Atomica is able to get together is that turns out that there's a bunch of people on the New York State Rangers, they're the park rangers, that are in on this whole thing, and that's how the party's going off without a hitch tonight. They're even going to have spotlights. It's going to be awesome.
Ah,
They
They're here in lieu
also
of law
they
enforcement.
also pepper that in with a couple of like nice tits, the standard like misogynistic bullshit that you would expect.
I built them myself. Thank you.
Moving on to Demi.
So I'm not burning a hero point on this at all because I love this.
Uh-oh.
I failed with 2 hitches.
Yeah. Let's pump up that doom pool. Demi,
I'm not.
I'm going to spend actually those immediately, and instead of adding them to the Doom pool, I'm just going to apply a complication.
Ooh.
Entering into the minds of this many people that are
Oh,
all
no.
very composed of hate and disdain, I'm going to apply a mental trauma to you until I roll an opportunity. You are under the effect of surrounded on all sides. You're feeling a little unsure of yourself. You're feeling a little alone, even though knowing that there are 3 others within the crowd that would have your back in a heartbeat. There's a feeling of isolation because every single mind you dip into gets worse and worse. And I don't need to describe the things going through their mind. You got it.
Question.
Yeah.
One of my special effects is Growing Dread. Both 1s and 2s count on using a high Arcana power. Since technically... Oh, wait, hold on. Scratch. Telepathy. Nope, never mind. Never mind, scratch that. This is not high Arcana. This is Psionic Aptitude.
Yeah.
We're good.
Quick question. What die size is that complication?
D8.
D8.
enough.
All right. I have made a note. Thank you.
So that's for me to use specifically on difficulty rolls for Demiurge.
Is it okay if I describe what people are, or what the rest of the team is feeling through the mental link?
Yeah, everyone's getting kind of a vibe off of that. Since you're also the source of the mental leak, it's going to leak a little bit. So what is everyone else getting through the link?
So most of the time, so far through the mental link, it's been pretty straightforward. You've been hearing each other's voices. It's been a little echoey, and occasional sharing of images of people that we're hanging out with, making sure we can relay each other. But the more Demi is walking around, the more those pictures start getting black and white. And then the physical sensation of him starts feeling like you're running your hands over grainy pictures, weirdly enough, which doesn't make sense at first. But think about it, of the actual input of those images to you is weirdly like you're taking in sandpaper.
It's like all the images are comprised by those push pin devices from the opposite side getting pushed forward, and you experience it as though you're running your hand across the edges of all those pins. They're not supposed to be sharp, but they always feel uncomfortable.
So we just did acid?
A bad trip acid.
Yes.
And in the background, low dose.
What do you guys have in this Corona?
So as everyone starts to feel that leak into the link, Norteño, let's see, how's let's how did promo class go?
I got an 11 with a D10 effect.
Oh wow! All right. Everyone seems to really enjoy Norteño's promos. It's a delivery that it's the accents doing a lot of work. They feel like it's more American.
Mm-hmm.
They assume that you're working with the group Long Island Rednecks. I would like to point out it's an actual organization on Long Island.
Oh, I'm sure.
That I had to deal with. Anyway, they assume you're having that you're poking fun at the stupidity of the hero. Like, we just need to, if we only backed the blue, we wouldn't need these heroes doing crap. What makes them think that they can do what the police should be doing for everybody else? That seems to be the vibe that's going through.
I'm cutting promos about. I'm keeping it vague. I'm using some of their dog whistles, but I'm also like adding in a bunch of very liberal shit, but in a way that they're not really gonna like notice it on their own personal radar.
Oh,
So I'm
you've gone full Jordan Klepper on them.
yeah, a little bit, yeah. So it's like,
Okay.
you know, I remember back in the day, personal responsibility was a thing, and you know, it's my understanding that if you've got a mental issue that you know you can't get a gun around here, and I say that that's not right. I think everybody needs a gun. I think we should give guns to babies and guns to dogs and guns to you know that guy over there. He should probably have 5 or 6 more guns.
They all cheer to these, and they kind of invite you over for, you know, one burst. Let me buy you a beer. They're grabbing you a beer, and in that conversation, you're able to find out that security for the party is going to make sure that none of them filthy promies is going to be coming around here anytime soon.
How do you guys figure out which ones are which? How do you keep them out? Because I can't always tell, you know.
Don't worry, they got ways. Is all that comes across, and you're gonna be. They wouldn't. The special guest wouldn't be showing up if security wasn't going to be tight.
All right, I look forward to it.
At about.
Excuse me, I got to go find the little cowboy's room, little Lucha's room. I apologize. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. It's an actual bathroom break.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to mingle back towards each other after each of your little mingling motions. About 45 minutes pass before you're able to find yourselves back together, kind of meeting back up, as it looks like a stage has been built. One of those fairground stages, so it's all of 3 feet off the ground. It's kind of lopsided because it's partly sinking into the sand. They didn't properly pack one side. It's got a big banner up behind it that says WRAQ, the home of freedom, on it, with Chip Bashley in the afternoon, who refers to himself as the voice of the human race.
Sounds like a great guy.
Show you a voice for the human race. Come here.
They're setting up stacks on that, and the 3 of you, Nortenio hasn't found you yet, have found each other. Cherno, I'm assuming, with beer in hand, or hand is...
Obviously.
He's double fist. It's Corona, so it's like he might have like the necks of 4 beers in between fingers, just kind of walking over.
They called me Edward Beer Hands, just like so many.
I thought you were gonna go Warriors come out and play.
There you go.
No, I want to drink them, not clink them.
Atomica, able to get away from the worst elements of humanity, and Demiurge.
She just stops talking, turns, and walks away at one point.
Like, oh, all right.
She doesn't care.
They're used to that, I guess.
Yeah.
Woman, stop talking to me. Women. And then they
Fucking women. Can you get a load of this shit?
And Demi's looking a little
Worse for wear.
worse for wear in the face. But the 3 of you are able to form up off to the side. Nobody's specifically on top of you. If anybody's been to like a festival kind of a vibe, when you got those clusters of like 4 or 5 people in front of the stage and people just leave each other alone, but they're talking to their friends. You got one of those little spots.
Demi immediately pops a squat or takes a seat, just reaches for one of the beers in Chernabog's hands. I'm gonna need one of those.
Here you go. Would
Thank
you like
you.
to? I have
Sanitary?
like 7.
Hmm?
So,
Sure.
what did everyone find?
Men are pigs.
Well, obviously, I apologize for all of us, and me included. Beyond
You're a
this,
delight,
anything for the
by
mission?
comparison.
These must be very terrible people.
No, just that don't expect any boys in blue to come and shut any part of this down. They're working. They have a man on the inside making sure that this party is going to rock on unabated.
Of course they do.
No way. You mean like New York policemen might be involved in sketchy things? I'm sorry. I'm not shocked by this, but good find.
No, you asked what I learned. I learned that, and that again, men are very, very interested in my physical appearance.
Well, I'm sorry. Good for you. I don't know.
Thank you.
I found out that there is going to be a special guest. I don't know who he is, but drunk frat boys over there, very talkative. They liked my shirt. I put Threshold Sucks on it. They don't know who that is, but they like that someone sucks, apparently.
Actually, they would know the Threshold. If you write Threshold Sucks on your outfit, they actually know who Threshold is, because Threshold used to be on the hero squad.
Oh, yes.
They're
Yes,
like,
I
oh
forget.
yeah, that stripper bitch. Yeah, fuck her, stupid.
Yes, she was really difficult in real life as well.
That kind of. I bet she is that kind of a vibe. So that
Yes.
was the kind of shit you got with that.
But anyway, they say there is a big man coming tonight. I mean, no actual details, though. But so stay tuned for someone on higher food chain.
Norteño
Demi,
has found his way over at this point. The
Yeah.
three of you being grouped together.
They don't take care of their porta johns, but I figured it out.
What'd you learn?
Horrifying. I do not wish to know more. What I do wish to know more about is she's just kind of like awkwardly standing there, towering over poor Demiurge, like, your
Hats.
brain. Okay.
They do have, or at least they claim to have, some method of detecting us and people like us. They say that the person who's going to be their special guest wouldn't be here if they couldn't help to ensure that our kind are kept out.
Curious
That's
hypothesis, easily tested.
That would require either a lot of money or someone else,
Or lying.
or lying.
So these individuals have a powerful ability for powerful aptitude for self-delusion.
Indeed. Still, we can't rule out the potential that they have a Promethean of their own in their employ. Demi, your brain thing went all, for want of a better word, squirrely.
Fucky.
Right.
It got
Why
fucky.
did it turn into like Pearl Jam video? I don't know what's going on now.
It could have turned into 9 Inch Nails.
Yes.
Remember the docks when I was coughing up
Goddamn
white shit
strong.
because I dove too deep?
I do.
Yeah,
I took a sample.
you did. That, but not as what's the word I want to use here? Piercing. It just imagine it like reading a Twitter feed and then going to the comments and then going to the comments and then going to the comments, and not being able to do a damn thing about any of that. This is your point. This is your warning. Don't ever go to the comment section.
I've never used Twitter in my life and will continue to not do so. Are you going to be okay for the rest of the evening?
As long as somebody does not come up to me and start shit, I will be fine. If it gets worse, please let me know. I will do my best to maintain it.
Are we at all concerned that, well, I mean, how likely is it, do you think, that people will come up to you and start shit? This seems like a shit-starting crowd.
Demi just gives Norteño a look.
I
Not
would
like
put
a
the
mean
odds
look.
at somewhere.
I wither under the awkward and just go back to my drink.
I don't think people will, but I'm expecting it at this point. Let me put it to you that way. My paranoia is just doubled. Sorry. Please go ahead, Atomica.
No, I just wanted to point out that for whatever it's worth, at least 75% of us are bulletproof.
I don't
Blink. Blink.
legitimately know if I'm bulletproof or not. I am something.
Well, we may be about to
Wait,
find out
who's
very
not
quickly, my friend.
bulletproof?
Looks at Cherno.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure I'm bulletproof actually.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's just poor Demiurge.
You're not bulletproof and you do this as a job? This is not a good idea. And remember, I got shot the other day. This is like, it happens fairly often.
Cherno,
And
do
it
you
was
want
a
me to
bullet
look
big
into
enough to
your
hurt
mind
him.
right now?
I don't know. Are you going to make it like Tool concert again?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe I might be into this.
Cool. I use telepathy and deep dive into Cherno.
Okay. I need to have a resistance set up then by Chernabog.
All right,
Is
what am I rolling?
Resolve plus occult plus appropriate distinction, and if you have any mental power barriers, immunities, or resistances to psychic powers of some kind.
Is there ever a time when we get to add inappropriate distinction?
If you decide your distinction would get in the way. So all the distinctions are supposed to describe just a neutral concept about you that can either benefit you in some situations or also hinder you in some situations. If you decide that in this moment, your distinction would actually hold you back, you then declare that you are using your distinction as a hinder, and you use a D4 instead of a D8, and you gain a hero point immediately.
That's what I did earlier with mine.
All right, you want to roll these guys?
Yeah, and then we're gonna see, because that's gonna find out what Demiurge is rolling against.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I turned my legendary ego into a D4 on this as well, so I get me one of them hero points, please.
I will
All
allow
right,
it this
so-
one time, but try not to generating hero points off of each other. Not the
I didn't choose this.
yeah.
Well, I have an 8, and then
There's no effect
then I
die
rolled a
on the
hitch as
resist.
well.
On the resist, you don't have to worry
Right, but
about it on an
right,
effect
but
die.
I did roll a hitch as well.
Oh, you rolled a hitch as
so-
well.
Yeah.
I'll bank that. Doom goes up. Demi,
Hi. We rockin'.
so you're invading
Uh,
somebody else's mind.
Yep, battering ram effectively going, surprise, motherfuckers.
Some fries, motherfuckers. Do we have, because we are all connected mentally through our buddy, does that mean that anyone else might potentially notice this aggressive action?
Yeah, you'd probably pick up that this is about to happen. They've been talking about it this whole time.
Yup.
I don't know that I have any way to stop it, but just knowing that I'm aware of it is good. Thank you.
Presence.
Ready?
Occult. Appropriate distinction.
Cool. 10, 8. I'm torn between problem child and truth seeking because this is going to also get some answers on what the fuck is Cherno. So I'm just torn between the two. I'm going to go with truth seeking on this one. And telepathy, I reckon?
Yes.
Cool. Rolling now. What's my difficulty again?
What did I say, an 8?
Then your
Yep, I
difficulty
believe
is an 8.
so. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
These are all
Okay.
good noises.
No hitches, so we're good on that. Let's see here. I got a 13 with a D12 effect die. D10 stepped up by 1.
Okay. Okay.
I want to make sure that we're clear on this. Once Demi gets in, all he's going to do is look around going, what am I looking at? And nothing else. Doesn't want to intrude further, just wants to get a better idea of what the fuck is going on. And this is really impulsive off of him, too. This is him battering ramming his way in.
All right. So this is up to Hunsky here, because there was some setting stuff that you kind of left in my hands. Please describe the situation of Cherno's first memory, and then I will expand.
Yes, my very first active memory is blinking open, seeing clouds, blinking close, blinking open again, hitting the side of a building, and then falling a few stories, glass like shattering around me, and then a hammer like bouncing off the pavement. And that was my first memory. And I just remember standing up, like beaten, bloody, and bruised, confused, and looking around and realizing I am now in the middle of a city. So that is my personal first memory.
There's a and by the way, when he says hammer, he means a massive wooden sledge, two-handed hammer.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's more of a maul than a hammer, I guess.
Yeah. But there's a little bit before that. Also, I want to point out everybody is seeing this in the link.
Mm-hmm.
Because you all linked up mentally, so images are being shared. As well as seeing that, there's a part of the memory that Chernabog doesn't recognize. Never seen it before. A massive black-winged shadow diving from the sky as Chernabog stands on, for a moment, it's a mountaintop with a village beneath, and immediately after, it's a skyscraper standing on the edge of a 100-story building as this massive winged beast flies down and is the thing that hits him. But the hit traveled through. His spirit went further before the body caught up. A ephemeral dissonance happening in the moment. And where the memory picks up for Chernabog is right when the spirit rejoins with the body. And it plummets towards the ground. What's up?
Do I at any point get the sensation that I could interact with this? Like, do I feel like I'm in this scene, or do I know that I'm just watching it?
You know you're just watching it. You're receiving this image. It's a TV program. There's a moment where all four of you kind of stop and experience that before coming back to. And all of you seeing something new, including Chernabog.
Well,
that was
shit.
fucking weird.
That was a hell of a video package.
Looks around.
So who the fuck was that guy?
I would very much like to be off of this conference call now. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm thinking this here telekinesis shit is for the birds.
Telepathy.
He had wings. Are we talking bird still?
That's not
Does
a
No.
bird.
anyone know who the fuck? Well,
I mean-
obviously it's not bird. Like, have you seen like giant eagle that look like black cloud? Like, no, I know this. Like, we're not talking directly.
All right,
Yeah.
so demon guy, that was your memory, right?
Yes, I believe so. I have not seen before, so this is new.
Are you feeling okay? He's
I mean, I have like 6 bottles of shitty alcohol, so yes, generally.
I mean more in a therapist kind of way right now, given I apologize for doing that. That was really untoward of me.
I would
Yes,
like
it's
to
not
think-
exactly best idea to do in middle of mission.
Yeah,
But no,
Really
it's
didn't get
just not
appreciate
effective.
taking along for the ride, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I do feel like this sort of thing maybe could have happened in some kind of a, I don't know, team therapy session in between missions.
Mm. We'll talk about it later. You're right. I'm sorry again. Let's focus.
Yes, let's unpack later. But seriously, don't do this in middle of mission. It's not the best, and also I'm a little pissed, honestly. But we'll be fine.
I don't blame you. I'm sorry.
Right. Maybe Science Lady should be team lead for now, or do we still feel like Demi urge like you've still got it, handled? Because I am a little concerned that you might be a bit too emotional for this.
That's Dr. Science Lady. Thank you.
Honestly, I do agree with you. Atomica, do you mind being in charge of this from now on?
Sure, new marching orders. Everybody sits here and doesn't read anyone's minds and doesn't get any more drunk. Oh, we wait for the star of the show to show up.
I already purchased the decorative souvenir mug. Can I finish what I got at least?
Of course, you never. It's
Yes.
party foul. You don't waste.
All right, thanks.
There's a quick little doof, 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 doof on the
Oh
stage
god.
as an individual walks forward. Has walked forward and is currently testing the mic on this small, pitiful little fair stage. He's wearing a the only way I could describe this fashion is flag code violation.
Put a boot in your ass. It's the American way. Like that's his theme song, obviously.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. You're fairly sure without any. I'm going to take a moment to take control over one of your characters. For some reason, Ortenio is just humming. It's uncontrollable. With his red, white, and blue hat, red, white, and blue button-up shirt, a t-shirt underneath said button-up that has the only piece of not red, white, and blue on it, which is a image of the Declaration of Independence with a Bible next to it.
Shit, it's Captain Jingo. I fought that guy before.
Yeah, he could be. He could be a really bad serial villain with the way he's dressed, costume-wise. The most defensive thing is the American flag Crocs that he's wearing. At least he's not wearing sandals. It is the beach. Socks with those Crocs.
You got socks and Crocs on.
He doesn't have
I was
socks and Crocs
hoping-
on. You don't wear
was
wear
hoping-
socks on the beach, folks. It's just not done.
I feel like this asshole would.
I feel like
True.
this guy wears cowboy boots everywhere he goes.
He walks
These are
up
the
to
cowboy Crocs.
He's walking up to the mic. He's tapping the mic. Get attention, everybody. Want to thank everybody for coming down to tonight's get together. Want to thank the Loud Lads for really putting out the word so that all of these wonderful, patriotic, human Americans could be here to support
Yeah.
the upcoming vote that we have in the state assembly. And
Woo!
to talk about, hey, brother, talk about the upcoming vote. I have the star of the hour, Mr. Chip Bassley, and he starts clapping, and everybody in the crowd starts clapping along with, fuck them, that kind of shit. And
I'm taking video, by the way.
the epitome of, like, if milk toast could be turned into an actual sentient bipedal individual, that's what walks out. A blue yacht style blazer. It's got the yellow cording on the outside. White polo, like alligator polo, with a red bow tie.
Bullshit. You do not wear a bow tie with a fucking...
This guy
Oh,
is.
this guy makes me mad.
This guy is.
This guy makes me mad on many levels.
Shorts that are, like, perfectly creased. Khaki shorts that are just a little too tight. That yacht club style shorts. Little too short, little too tight. Wearing this with the blazer and the polo.
Just the right amount of moose knuckle.
Oh.
God, why?
And
Purpose built.
and penny loafers. Black penny loafers.
Yeah.
Walks out.
With the actual pennies in him, can we see the glinting?
Yeah, you can see the little glint, but he's got silver in there, you know.
Oh.
Yeah. Walking out, waving to everybody, his hair in a perfect coiffed wave. That just kind of like cups his forehead. His face is broad and punchable, with this sneering grin of, I know I'm smarter than you, without any evidence to prove it.
So white.
He might go by Tucker in another world, but he walks out to the microphone, to his adoring public, picks up the microphone, and just, hey, all you humans out there, can I get a woo? As he walks around the stage, kind of aggressively walking, not really running, but just like, woo, just taking big steps.
Woo.
The audience, the music's kind of died down. Whoever was running from the audio from their truck was turned it down. As they start, everyone's heads are turning and everyone's starting to move in the direction. You notice that the area around you is starting to get a little bit more packed as people move towards the stage. He says, it's so good to see some pure American human faces out there. None of those Prometheans soiling this gathering. And before we get started, we're going to do exactly that. And we are going to take we are going to take the Loud Lad pledge right now and prove that there are no Prometheans here. So everybody,
I'll get you 20. The Loud Lad pledge involves not masturbating.
holds up his right hand, a little suspect, a little too quickly. Says, repeat after me.
Repeat after me.
I believe, and the crowd joining in, that the human race is already perfect as God intended.
It's already perfect.
I promise to stand to the enemies of the human race
Turning the frogs gay.
with honor and my life.
Mm-hmm. You can have my wife.
For the for the harvest is
not married.
plentiful, and the workers are few. Send
Wait,
out
the workers are few. What the fuck does that mean? Does he not want
I don't
people
know.
to have jobs? I don't know. All right.
send out the workers into his harvest field. Amen. Everybody gives an amen. Yeah.
Be fruitful and multiply.
Amen.
And with that, he gestures to the crowd and he says, "Not a single one of them Prometheans would be able to say those words." Amen, everybody. All right. Well, it's time for me to introduce our special guest tonight. He's got that weird, like, holding the microphone just to his chest kind of a thing. Like, he's not actually holding the microphone in front of his face. He's just holding it to his chest and just shouting. This is our special guest tonight is coming through to us from Albany itself, the state legislature. Everybody, I want you to welcome State Congressman Stuart Harris. Everybody give him a big round of applause. And he starts, everybody's. And out from one of the trucks behind the stage steps out in a full business suit on the beach, mind you.
What a dickhead.
Walks out,
Good stuff.
American flag pin on one side. You're fairly sure he's got it's not a military uniform, but you're fairly sure he's popped a couple of metal bars on the left lapel for deployments.
For stolen valor purposes.
You'd have to look him up. And as he walks out waving to everybody, walks up on stage, shakes hands with Chris Bassley the way two heterosexual males shake hands.
Oh boy.
Takes the microphone. "Hey everybody, I'm Stuart Harris and I'm here to make sure humans are put first in the state's mind." And everybody goes, "Yay!" Ah! And as he goes to begin his speech, we are going to go on break as the state congressman takes the stage.
Vote for me.
All right, everybody. This is at the point where we take our halfway break. It's time to get back to this absolute shit show on the beach
Wee.
in New York.
But we dealt with all the possibilities in the lavatory, so how is it still a shit show?
Well, need I remind you who you're surrounded by and who's on stage?
Assholes all around.
Everyone shits their pants, but vocally.
I'll fucking make them do it. Don't test me.
I'm shitting myself right now.
Wait, is that actually a power? It's like,
Uh,
maybe I'm not mad at you
I'll
anymore.
think on it.
Fear me, for I am brown note. All right, let's get back into this here game. We are on the beach at one of the beaches off of Jones Beach. At a human supremacist, we'll just put it that way, a human supremacist rally. And it turns out they had more than just regular attendees. It wasn't just a big party on the beach for a bunch of bigots to hang out and be bigots together at. It was also a bit of a political affair, as a New York State congressman is standing on stage giving a speech, the contents of which you're about to find out. Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing out there? As he awkwardly walks around the front of the stage, sort of taking in answers. There's a bunch of callbacks of doing good. Yeah, I'm drunk. Somebody in the back screams. He says, "Good. Everybody's having a good time. It's good to see red-blooded human Americans in front of me who are all having a great time together and really standing together against the threat of the Promethean scourge." And there's boos out there. Yeah, they're out there flaunting their stuff, looking like clowns. I mean, look at this one over here. Points at the guy that you met on the walk up, the one wearing the Weirding One costume with modifications, who immediately goes like, "Hey, it's me!" and like waves to everybody, like, "Oh yeah, that guy. I mean, who wants that cuck running around all over the place, huh?" And everybody just, yeah. This gets eaten up by the crowd. He says, "But seriously, all jocularity aside, we're here to talk about our society, America. We're here to talk about America and the fine state, the best state in the Union, New York. Up in Albany, I've been fighting the good fight. You know the liberals running the city. Boo. You know all them liberals up the valley. Boo. Not real Americans like you. Strong red blood, strong Islanders. That's what you are. Yay!" I hate that I brought that into. Hold on, I need a second. I hate that. Ah! Sorry. Okay, I'm back.
I puked a little in my mouth.
Pains me physically.
Oh, just channeling people I knew in high school. And all right.
Can I just eat more garbage from a box of sweets from overseas instead?
I'm pretty sure that if I bite down hard enough, I could start chewing this glass straw. That might feel better.
He says, no. We have legislation coming across. We have legislation coming across really soon that you are all going to want to go out and contact your local congressman. You've got 4 state congressmen out here on this island that need to hear your voice. You need to let them know that they need to vote yes on the Promethean management system. Vote yes on PMS, everyone. We need to make sure this gets passed so that we will know who is going to school with our kids. Yay! Who is teaching our kids? Yay! Make sure that these Prometheans are not infiltrating our society and thinking they are one of us. Yay! There's cheers all over the place. Everyone is losing their mind. There's car horns beeping in the background as people are sitting in their trucks still. Headlights getting flashed, and he's just, he soaks it in for a little bit. Yeah, but we face challenges. The liberals, boo, the liberals are having their way with this Congress. No, you need, with your voices, we can get this to a oh shit, I forgot the term for it.
Referendum?
A public referendum, something that goes to the people for a vote immediately. Proposition.
Shit.
Public.
Proposition.
Yeah. We can get this to a public statewide proposition, and then your voices will be heard. Yay! And everybody, and as he turns to the crowd in this moment, All four of you are stunned. Just absolutely stunned. As the explosion goes off just behind
What?
the stage. He stumbles forward, lands into the crowd at the front. You hear the microphones whining. You see the stacks falling over. And people start screaming and running in the opposite direction of the fire.
Thank God.
I need to know what everybody's doing. This isn't an initiative thing. This just happened. So who's we're gonna take this. Who wants to act first? Who has something in mind that they immediately want to do? This is free form right now. I want to know what everybody's feeling.
I'm gonna kind of blink it off, and then and then take a drink, and complete my action.
Okay. Chernabog's observing.
I'm off like a dart towards the stage, looking for injured.
Okay. So that's going to be a Dex Athletics. I'll accept strength. No, you're trying to get there to check, so I'll say Dex Athletics. Appropriate distinction. And if you have any athletic superpower that you want to add in here.
Sure. For my distinction, let's go with Unstoppable Force. But in terms of my powers, this would be a bad time to kick on my flight device, I feel. So let's not fly just yet.
Okay.
Wait, hang on. Does she have that presence of mind? No, she doesn't.
You're going to go...
She's acting on instinct.
Okay. So your difficulty is a 13.
Oh, Jesus, okay. Glad I grabbed more dice then. Okay, no hitches, which is great, but these numbers are not amazing. 13, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's an 11, but if I spend a hero point, I can buy in one of my other dice to bring it up to a, that's 11 plus 4, 15, with a D8 effect die.
Everyone's cool with that expenditure.
Yep.
Yup.
That doesn't add to your hero points. That takes away from your hero points. Don't press the right button, dumbass. Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to do your job. You press whatever button you feel like. As yeah, there's like a plume, not a plume, but like a foof of sand as like the blast kind of pushes back. But I'm hell of strong, y'all. So like as soon as it happens and it's going off, there's a further blast as she just rockets forward, propelled by her dope anti-gravity belt.
Said dope anti-gravity belt is just the thing to get her to the stage in time to stop one of the audio stacks, one of the speaker stacks from landing and crushing the loser one. And Atomica just and if you don't mind a little liberty here from the storyteller, spear tackles this motherfucker. This isn't a scoop. I've got you. This is a like right to the midsection.
Oh yeah.
By God, you chopped him in half. Kind of a spear
That state
tackle.
senator has a family.
As the sand is just exploded even higher into the air as the impact of Atomica, and, well, stunned and confused cosplayer, Cospatriot hits the ground.
Cospatriot.
Oh, you've never heard that? Yeah, Cospatriot is those like, I wear paramilitary gear because I'm a, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've been calling them mill larpers.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Millarp.
That causes me cause pain.
Cospatriots. Yeah, that's the term we've been using.
Oof.
So,
Accurate though.
what's Demi's reaction? Since we got Chernabog's reaction of, oh no, sip. What's Demi's reaction?
Demi's still filming this, so his reaction's actually going to see if he can run behind the stage and see if he can film what the fuck just happened.
Okay. I need
Sorry.
wits, awareness, distinction, and psychic senses.
Yes. Wits, D8. Awareness, D6. Where the hell's my D6? Ow. Distinction, truth seeking, and psychic senses. D8. Okay, just roll one more D8. Okay, what's my difficulty?
Oh, yeah, let me roll that shit.
Not bad. Not bad at all. I'll take it.
Your difficulty is a 15.
I can do it if I add a hero point to add one of my dice, because that will push me over to an 18, but with a D6 effect die.
Yeah, totally. I
Okay.
got scads of hero dice right now.
There you go.
All right, what was the effect die?
A D6.
D6. Dashing around, Demiurge with his phone out sees that there's a bit of a psychic tingle in the direction of the dunes. Sapient minds are in the direction of the dunes, and as Demiurge spins the camera to look over there, he sees a green glint that starts to turn red, almost like a hunk of rock, a pointed piece of obsidian that glowed green on the inside for a moment before turning red as it starts to travel in the direction of the stage again. It is El Norteño's turn. What is Norteño doing?
Well, it's I just received the hot tag. It's time to kick it into high gear, brother.
Oh, Jesus.
We're
So I'm gonna do some speedster shit and take a quick look around the whole place to see if I can figure out, if there are any suspicious individuals. If I can see anybody who looks like maybe they were involved in starting the explosion, or anyone who's looking to just generally start shit.
All right. Wits, athletics, since you're using movement to get around to help you. Wits, athletics, your distinction, appropriate distinction, as well as your speed.
I need to know which distinction you pick.
Yeah, let's hear.
'Cause I
We
didn't
need to
even
hear
think
the
about the
names of your distinctions. Everybody here has used their distinctions already, so there's like kind of an understanding of what everyone's distinctions are. Nobody knows your distinctions. What's
Okay, so wits, athletics, and then you said my speed skill, which is another D10, and then my distinction, which in this case is going to be respect the audience.
All right. Your difficulty is a 12.
Okay. Okay. So I got a. Okay, so I got a 12. It's actually a 15 with a D10 effect.
Okay. D10 effect die. So, Norteño, before speeding off, those who were paying attention to him notice that he kind of leans back into nothingness. And then 3 strands of light bend back as he leans over phantom ring ropes that launch him into a run
Oh man.
as he whips around the
really
stage
cool.
as a blue blur. It's in that moment that Norteño sees ducked down with his hands on the back of his head is Chip Bassley on the ground near the stage. Things have fallen around him, but with time being relative and Nortenyo moving at the speed that he is, he can see this red streak flying through the air just after he heard what sounded like somebody plucking a piano string. As this red streak is coming right for the voice of the human race on the stage.
First off, I'm trying to figure out why it is that I keep hearing Eurythmics playing while I'm in speedster mode.
It's because you watched a movie.
Okay. Okay, so I don't like that guy, but I don't want him to die.
Mm-hmm.
So, can I Canadian Destroyer him out of the way?
He's on the ground. He's face down. Different command
Okay.
selection.
Okay. Blue Thunderbomb?
You'd probably have to gut wrench.
Yeah.
Gut wrench German.
All right.
Gut
German
wrench release
suplex and-
German.
Yeah.
Are we still
yeah,
speaking English?
Yes. Yeah, I'm definitely.
Words.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Gut wrench release.
German.
German suplex.
Got it. Okay.
So what a gut wrench is it's
Please.
at lightning
It's
speed.
like giving the Heimlich to somebody real fast.
With lightning speed, Nortenyo runs up alongside Chip Bassley on the ground, putting his hands around his waist like a sack of potatoes. Picks him up sideways. So to his left is where Chip's head is pointed and his feet are hanging off to the right. And then proceeds to do a backwards toss over his shoulder and lets go. Gut
Wait,
wrench,
I
lift.
should do that on screen.
Yeah. Gut wrench, lift. German, which is the leaning back suplex. And release means he lets him go. And you see this asshole spiral like a barrel rolling down a hill through the air before slamming into the sand and rolling to a stop maybe 20 feet later, taking out a couple of people at the knees.
And with a comment that he'll never properly hear thanks to the Doppler effect, I just yell out, "Suplex City, bitch!" as I run further around.
As Nortenyo is able to zip away and the red, just almost razor sharp pointed rock slams into the stage and explodes. More fire and more shards of stage, bits and pieces of plywood raining down around everyone.
I understand if I can't do anything about it this round, but am I able to see what direction that came from?
It came from the dunes
Got it.
to the north.
So are we still? We're not sharing the link anymore, correct?
Demiurge, did Demiurge turn that
I
off?
took off the
entirely?
link as requested.
Okay.
Thank you.
We still have normal comms, mind you.
Yeah. So now, we're kind of in a free flow here. So I'm gonna go to Chernabog next.
All right. So I am going to. I've been taking this in this whole time while I've just been enjoying my drink and trying to figure out what I was going to do. And
Love that mental image.
so I saw the direction that the flash and everything came from. So I'm going to leap to that location. I'm going to try to move there and then see what happens from there.
Are you leaping specifically? Because you need to have your hammer out to leap.
Yes, I do have my hammer out. She's been on my back this whole time. So yeah, I'm using my hammer to leap, like basically through / over the stage because, you know, whatever.
Okay.
To head that direction.
Please make a Dex Athletics appropriate distinction and leap power roll.
What am I beating?
Ooh, difficulty is a 15.
Oh, that seems like a lot.
It's up there.
It's small.
What was it again? 15, you said?
15.
Okay. Okay, can I spend a hero point? Is that fine, everyone?
Yep.
Because I can beat it
Yep.
if I spend a hero point to use this this extra D8 here and add a 4 to it. So that would make it went from a 12 to, so I'm a 16. So I beat it by 1.
All right, what's
Yeah,
your
I'm at
effect
6,
dice?
so let's-
D10 actually. So
D10.
yeah.
Chernabog leaves the ground. Luckily, there is enough panic and confusion that people are less worried about the immediate and are more trying to get away from the fire. But there are shouts happening from behind. More towards the food tent. As Chernabog leaves the ground, a spray of sand erupting from where he was standing. As he lands and puts a good 2-foot divot into the top of one of the dunes. Where he looks down, sees a figure clad in almost all black. A full face mask covering his head with a slit for eyes. A technological, a techno visor of sorts covering his eyes. In his left hand carries a rather complex compound bow. No quiver, though, as there's only patches of... The one other major thing you notice is that aside from pouches on a utility belt of sorts, there are parts of his costume that are open and just have flesh exposed. Looking down, you see an individual you recognize from once before.
It's that fucking mecha Robin Hood guy from last time.
From the projects?
From the rat thing.
Mmm.
A box
Yeah.
comes up. See issue 0.
Collectors only.
Yeah, that was a not aired moment. So
Yeah.
it's at this point, since Cherno has engaged the enemy, we are now rolling initiative. So
Okay.
this is the only roll where we are doubling up on an attribute and adding in any superpowers. So I need wits, composure, plus any super speed superpower or super intelligence that would let you think faster superpower.
There we go. Got a mountain of D10s in front of me going, where are my D10s at? It's like, my dude. It's the one with the 0 on it. Like
no
your brain right now.
distinctions
Come
in
on.
this, right?
No distinctions on this. This is just generating the highest number you have.
Okay.
Does effect die matter for this, or just the total
Just the number.
die face added?
So who wants to be the initiative czar?
I got it. I can totally do that. No problems.
All right. So, let me roll some initiatives. And addressing a thing that is brought up in chat. Yes, the players do know the rules. I specifically enjoy explaining the rules again so that everybody in chat knows what we're specifically rolling. And it also helps remind the players and keep everybody rolling together at the right speed. It's a good habit to
Yeah.
get into.
And for what it's
Trinity.
worth, we play a bunch of different systems. I like to make sure that I'm always doing the right thing.
Let's
Speaking of doing the right thing, what'd you roll?
All right, so I need to get some numbers for myself. So
12.
Got it. Chern, what'd you get?
8.
And Demiurge.
5.
Cool. Recorded.
I'm going to add in your numbers very shortly. I just have to open
Sounded
up some.
kind of ominous.
I just have to open.
Yeah,
up
that was
some
like
data files.
That's really
Yeah.
foreboding.
I'm
Going to add in your numbers shortly. Jesus.
And then like a panel shuts and the heroes look around.
Well, it depends on the show. It could be like, would you like to see my numbers room?
This is a room where you play roulette, right? This is a room where we play roulette, right?
Okay.
No kinks on stream? I don't know.
Fair.
Roll for elasticity.
Oh, dear God. Give me some numbers, Connery.
Elasticity.
Please, God, Connery.
I'm just sorry. I just opened up
You're good.
the
Please
data
derail
files
this quickly.
appropriately. Rolling for 2.
It's all baby gravy.
For the field. Jesus. Okay.
Ew.
13, a 14.
13 to 14.
A 17.
17. Whoa.
That guy's fast.
Yeah. Holy crap. What 2 dice do you got to roll? Like, I guess
mean,
we roll D12s.
I rolled.
A D8 and a D10 will do that too. You roll
Yeah.
well enough.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I rolled nearly average.
And
I actually rolled pretty
finally,
high.
there's one more.
Mm.
A 9.
9.
All right.
Okay.
Top activation.
That's gonna be your 17.
Ha 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 ha.
It's actually a bit before we go.
Chernabog.
That's me.
Here's the sound of whirring servos and metal scraping against metal as from the darkness a claw attached from the darkness between the dunes, the shadows between the dunes, a claw attached to a cable flies out and goes
Hey.
for Cherno's chest.
It's our friend again.
As Magnum's hand reaches out.
Yes. Let's go.
Please make. How would Cherno try to resist this? Would he try to dodge the claw? Would he try to let the claw grab him and then hold, and try and stay put using strength? What would Cherno's reaction be to this giant metal claw flying at him?
I would say that as long as it's not considered another action, would be to, yeah, exactly, like let it hit me, but then just like yank the fuck out of it.
Okay, so you're resisting it. So right now you're gonna try and let it hit you and not get pulled back.
Right.
The yanking part can be done on your activation.
Okay.
All right,
Exactly.
so it's a 10 for that. So I need you to build your resistance, which is going to be strength, athletics, distinction.
Die. Mhm.
Which distinction you going with?
Slavic destruction.
I had a feeling.
Yes.
And
I forgot
Love
about
when
that.
this happens.
I love that distinction. And super strength. All right, let's see.
All
here.
right.
Boop.
So
So
I
I'm-
roll for you, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
You roll first, and then you're generating the difficulty I need to beat.
Oh man.
No effect die.
Okay, so 16.
A 16. Okay, so I need a D10 for Dex, strength actually, a D10 for a D8 for combat expert, a D10 for superhuman strength on the cybernetic gauntlet, and professional soldier distinction. A D8.
Professional.
So I got an 18. Couple of 9s on those D10s. With a D8 distinction. 9s! 2! So, Chernabog sees the claw, just grab him on the chest, looks down at it, braces himself, and then all of a sudden, whoa! And it just gets pulled off the top of the dune. Everyone sees him land, looks, claw wraps around his torso, and then all of a sudden, zzz, as he just gets yoked off the top of the off the top of the dune. He gets pulled through the air down to the shadows of the dune, where Magnum is there with the full claw now gripped back onto the big cybernetic arm that he has, as he smiles back at you. Fancy meeting you here.
Same. Likewise.
Next activation.
That's oops. Sorry. That is going to be your 14.
Ah. Stepping up onto the other edge of the dune. Pulling off of his back an unfolding piece of gear that slowly starts off as the size of a handgun, folds out into something the size of a full rifle. Looking like a souped-up M16. Yeah, you know what? It looks like a damn pulse rifle from Alien, but with an underslung grenade launcher. As he slides it forward, puts a round into it, looks over his white, perfect jarhead, high and tight, looks down at Gauntlet, holding on to Chernabog, and says, "Keep him in place. We got a job to do." Closes it, shoulders it in the direction of the audience, and lobs with a thoof shot. That's going in the direction of Atomica. She hears the thoof from the other side of the dune as a almost imperceptible black dot starts moving in Atomica's direction.
Oh, okay, it's headed for me specifically.
It's in your general area. It's going to explode in your place where you are.
Gotcha. Sure.
Possibly hitting the 3 other people that are near you in the crowd.
Yeah.
That's a distinction I'm adding into this attack. So I have his attack roll plus his personal distinction, and I'm going to add in a crazed crowd or panicked crowd distinction as a scene distinction to the die roll for this.
Okay.
What's Atomica's resistance?
Seeing that thing flying her way as like the thoot turn, there's like a little dot getting bigger on her display that's like warning explosive on a little readout next to it. As her eyes just get bigger. And my God, all right, let's see. There's people around here. Okay. You know what? Normally I would use a gadget for this, but fuck it. We're short on time, so she braces against the shitty wooden stage and is going to try to like jump to intercept it and do the throw yourself on top of the grenade thing, but like it's like a midair, like I'm gonna try and grab this and wrap my body around it to eat as much of the blast as possible.
All right. Yeah.
That's darn heroic of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you know, we'll see if it works.
Endurance for your ability to take a hit. Athletics for your ability to yump in the way.
All right, so athletics and endurance.
I'm just concerned what that round is.
Yumping.
We'll find out.
Yemeni.
D.
I'll be
and you're
firing
just-
off the distinction mysterious genome.
There you go. As well
And
as your power. What are you using?
Superhuman durability. Unless it's high enough up that I need to use flight to get to it.
No, it's you. The jump and the flight will get you there. This is more resisting the blast.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Roll my
What
difficulty.
do I gotta...
I'm
what do I
rolling to
gotta
hit
beat?
you, so you need to roll the difficulty first.
Oh, I set your difficulty. My apologies. My apologies. I got that totally backwards in my brain. Okay. Then ha 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 ha. That's a 7 and an 8, so a 15. 15.
A 15.
Rolled a 7 and an 8. These D8s did me well here. Thank you for your service, D8s.
Hoorah.
All right.
God
so
bless
it's-
America.
It's not the
You're
best.
welcome.
It's not the
We're
best
happy to
results.
help.
Pronounce Imrika.
Oh wait, that's gonna a 15.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I can. Ha ha ha. I can get a 16,
Oh.
but only a D8. As the round explodes in Atomica's solar plexus,
Oof.
there's a leap up, a grab, and a muffled pop explosion as Atomica gets thrown back into the sand, some of it spraying up and covering over your lower torso in a small crater. The explosion happening in the air and most of the concussion being maintained by Atomica's coat and body.
Body.
Mostly body.
Mostly body.
As you take D8, exhaustion, we'll say.
Exhaustion. Okay.
It's a physical thing, but it was more like you had to put yourself in the way, and it wasn't specifically damaging a
I
concussion
put a
round.
bomb next to my lungs. Like, if that didn't knock the air out of me, I don't know
Yeah.
what will.
All right, next
Okay.
activation.
That's gonna be you one more time. This time it is your combat tracker. This is your 13.
All right. From the dunes, Chernabog, seeing the individual behind him, the one with the missing patches in his costume, reaches down to the one on the right side of his leg, reaches into his flesh, gets a firm grip on something, and then starts pulling out this long green obsidian shard-like arrow out of his leg, flicks it off, knocks it into the bow, leans up. It starts to glow red as another shot is fired into the crowd near Demiurge. What's up?
I want to catch the arrow. I go next.
Do you
Is
have
that an option?
Well, it's an attack heading at Demiurge.
Okay.
So he gets to set his reaction to what's happening. Did you take reactive power as one of your listed powers? As a special effect.
I'm looking.
If you take reactive power, that's when you can use once per turn. You can use your power. You can spend a hero point and use your power out of turn to help somebody else, or hinder somebody else.
Nope.
Okay. He's got the dash down. He needs to work on them reflexes. You know, you got to do more. You got to do more suicides. All right. It's a running
Tope
exercise.
suicida.
I'm wrestling.
You never did suicide runs? Did you do
I have
sports?
no idea what that. Not really.
Okay,
You
it's
look at me. I'm playing Dr. Atomica.
it's a type of running exercise where you run out to a distance, back, double that distance, back. It has different distances.
Fuck no.
Yeah,
Hey, it's Super Nintendo. Are you kidding me? Fuck no.
Fuck.
They suck. The reason why they call them suicides is because you want to kill yourself after every one. Demi, what is Demi doing?
So, Demi was able to see the first shard, right?
Yes.
So he knows effectively where it's coming from, so he has a little bit of time?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a
So
red
Demi's going to
streak.
look up. Good thing he has it. Shove his phone in his pocket, reach into his other pocket, pull out a card, pull out the sun, random draw, and throw it out in front of him. And going to see if he can put up a screen to catch and return the arrow back at them.
Do you have reflection on your power?
Reflection? No. I have
What is the
reflex-
special effect you're activating? Because if you want to return something that's a specific special effect for that.
I do not, but I do have Force of Will, which allows me to use enhanced durability to do that.
It doesn't
Two-
let you
sorry.
discard 2 blue cards from your hand to counter a target spell.
Different Force of Will. Specifically, Force of Will I have listed as when using enhanced durability in your dice pool, redirect physical stress to mental stress at no cost. Redirect effect dice targeting high arcane
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
assets to myself as mental stress. I think this could work
Oh, okay.
because
All
we're
right.
throwing up a construct to block it.
You don't get to send
Wow.
it back. You get to move it on your own track. So you redirect the damage to yourself from your body to your mind.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able to redirect it back at the enemy unless
fine.
you are going to attempt to... This is called a power stunt, essentially. You're going to use a power outside of the way it's normally meant to be used. This is going to be the one time you're going to be able to do it for a while. So if you want to try and send it back, you're going to have to spend a hero point now to try and pull that off.
Guys, what do you think? Because we're kind of starting to run a
sure.
little low compared to Doom.
I'm fine with it.
No, go for
I
it.
wouldn't worry
Go
too
for
much.
it. Dude,
Let's
yeah,
do it.
No. Chat's got our back, worst case scenario. And we have ways to make more points. Like,
All right,
we're
let's
good.
kick this from magic to JoJo shit.
Okay. The torso of a particularly Leonid-looking humanoid with a giant solar disc halo behind its back flies forward from the card. And we're going to have a... Oop. Oh, I just realized I totally took your description if you wanted to use that. I
No,
apologize.
that works. That works just fine. Or if you want me to like say what it does, up to you.
Well, yeah. Let's roll this and see what's going to happen.
Sounds good.
So when you use your power, it's resolve, if I remember correctly. Your
Uh,
determination.
Checking.
I think either resolve or composure. Your ability to stay
Composure.
calm in this moment, or your determination to stick into the fight.
Composure.
All right.
Would be mine.
Composure,
Composure D10.
plus occult
D8.
plus your distinction of choice.
Problem child. Promethean problem child. We're doing this in front of a whole bunch of Promethean racists. Fuck them. We're gonna show them actually we can save y'all asses.
And the appropriate power.
Checking.
I'm gonna. Once you give me the resistance, because this is just getting me the defense.
Can I roll enhanced durability for this one? Because it's based off of my High Arcana.
Yes, because you're helping
Cool.
somebody else.
Then it's another D10. Max 2 dice.
Yeah, your highest 2 dice.
15. Nope. Sorry, hold on. 13. Sorry.
Now select your effect die, because if I fail and you succeed in this, you do that back. So select an
D10.
effect die, a D10 effect die. What was the total again?
13.
I do not. I'm going to save my Doom dice, Doom points, and I'm going to fail. So you're going to get to send that back.
Hell yeah.
So how does this solar entity fire back this arrow?
It will... Debbie throws the card out. The card comes out into a golden projection rather than the typical dark blue, where a giant torso of a Leonid human with a sun image behind it comes out. Puts a hand out. The Leonid image puts a hand out. Just closes its hand around the arrow as it comes in, slowing down. Comes into its translucent arm. Burns up into fire. Points the fire back at him. And launches it back.
So within that fire that was pulled back, that gets released, is still the arrow. The energy being slightly converted into that of Demiurge's construct as it launches back. And in the dunes, Chernabog sees his Trickshard dive for cover as a shot comes back. Doing you said D10?
D10.
D10. I'm going to step back. That's where I'm going to use my point. Step that back to a D8.
Fair enough.
Into the pain. No. Exhaustion from having to dive out of the way. All right. Next, activation.
That's us. We get 2 in a row, then there's one more bad guy, and then 2 in a row again.
All right.
So,
Who would like to activate?
I can.
yeah, go for it.
Hey, you are currently being
They're up there in
held.
their grill.
I mean, I am getting some huggies in right now.
You literally have a pressing matter.
Ha 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 ha. Okay, so Chernabog is not too happy about being held by this this arm. So I'm going to decide that I don't want this arm to be able to work anymore, and I'm going to try to remove it from his torso. So we're going to roll for that, and then I'm going to describe it because it's going to work. Like,
Okay.
this dude's gonna lose his arm. He kind of has to.
Confidence.
You love to
Has
see it.
Vika.
All right. Magnum here is going to use... okay, so endurance... He's going to use his strength, actually, to resist getting you throwing him off. I've got this. Is his other is a distinction I'm going to use. Strength and combat expert. Oh, and since you are currently grappled by him with a D8, the D8 complication die. From you're currently grappled. That gets added in as difficulty.
Okay.
Impressive, but an opportunity
Oh.
as well. So the total you have to beat is a 16, but I did roll an opportunity.
Okay.
We could potentially use that to step down the complication on Demiurge, couldn't we?
Yes.
I know you've got a D8 because your
Yeah.
head's all fuzzy
Mhm.
muzzled.
I would say if we can, unless you got a better use for it.
I won't know until just a minute, but yeah, I don't currently have one.
All right. You can spend a hero point, activate this opportunity, and step down Demiurge's complication. You're starting to feel better about this shit. Things getting back to heroic shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's feeling
Finally
better.
doing something I'm used to.
All right. That's your thing. That's your difficulty is a 16. And you are
So
rolling.
What you got me rolling for my?
I'm thinking strength. I'm thinking close combat, but not your hammer. You're trying to tear it off.
No, not the hammer.
So your close combat, your appropriate distinction, and your super strength power.
Okay. So I was looking at second wind as well, which allows me to move my physical stress die, pain or exhaustion. So I have a d6 of exhaustion right now to the doom pool and double the black god power for that action. So would I roll an extra d10 if I did that?
No, it means whatever face number comes up on that die, you double that number.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, cool.
But you would give me your whatever. What is your pain at?
6.
A D6? I thought he did more than that.
Yeah, it's a d6.
What was a D8?
No. Remember we reduced it during the intermission thing or whatever.
Oh, right. Oh, from a while ago. Okay, before this whole thing started.
Yeah.
Right, you've had that there. So this means I get 1 doom point, and you get to double that 1 die, specific die. So roll that die first.
Okay, so that's all right. Okay.
Put that to the side. That is worth double whatever the face value is.
Okay.
And then roll the rest of your pool.
Okay. Okay, so what was the number I was trying to beat?
A 16.
Okay, so I rolled an 8 on the D10 that's doubled now.
So you can pick any other die.
Yeah. So I have a 4. So there we go. And then I have a D8.
A D8 effect die. All right.
Yes.
So you're doing a D8 of pain. So you're not causing a trauma where you're like tearing the arm off, but how would Chernabog go about pulling this claw off his chest?
All right, so I can't cause permanent rip off the thing or whatever, but so basically I'm going to grab hold of the arm around the forearm area and then just put my legs into his ribs, like lift myself up and put my ribs or my legs into his ribs and grab hold and just try to make myself as straight as possible at the cost of everything connecting the two of us is the goal there.
Okay. As you pull at the shoulder, you can start seeing the skin straining where this gauntlet implant attached to his shoulder is pulling at his skeletal structure. You hear the sound of it sounds like a cartridge being loaded as there's a click and it's kind of like a gunshot, but it is the claw launching off of the wrist placement. As there is a cable attached to the claw on the inside. And as you're flying back, it shrinks itself. It, like, pinches and releases, pulling back into the arm, but allowing Chernabog to fall back and land. As he pulls the arm back into his wrist, the hand back into his wrist, and does a appropriate robotic, like, kind of a flex before rotating the shoulder and going, okay, let's do this. And he gets into like a southpaw boxing stance.
All right, buddy, you don't want to hold hands anymore. Now you want to actually have actual fun.
Next, activation.
That is us again.
So Cherno's gone. Would Norteño like to go?
Yeah.
I realized I was muted. I was actually saying, may I?
Yeah.
What?
Totally.
Rock and roll.
I would like to run very fast and then kick very strong the guy who is hassling Chernabog. My aim is to hit him with a shotgun dropkick.
Okay. All right, he's gonna. I know it's a roll for him.
And yeah, I think I'd like to use my super strength afflict.
Okay, so you don't want to cause damage. You want to cause a complication.
Well, so which is better?
Complications add momentary benefits to the next person that acts against that target, whereas stress gets them closer to being taken down. What that usually means is that the complication can lead to better effect dice for somebody else, possibly.
Okay. So, yeah, then that works for me. That does exactly the kind of thing I'm looking to do.
Okay. So you're basically looking to put him off balance with a shotgun dropkick.
I'm trying to knock his ass prone and, maybe roll him up a little bit. Yep.
Okay. All right, let me generate your difficulty for this. And he doesn't have a complication on you. So here's his roll. Only got an 8.
Okay. So I'm thinking that's probably what? Strength, close combat, and then super strength?
Don't forget a distinction.
Right. And then I also, because of afflict, I get to add a d6 and step up my effect die by 1.
You spend a hero point to activate that.
Oh. Is that cool? Am I allowed? Do you guys mind?
Yeah.
I do not
What
mind.
are we doing right now?
You've been
Alright,
getting them
sweet.
hero
6?
points.
Yeah, we got like 6.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Chat has been gracious.
Okay, so... 8.
Thanks, chat.
Thank you, chat.
Okay, so I'm actually going to...
Hi, chat.
10. Hang on. Sorry. 10.
I will both hang on and be sorry.
10, 8, 6. Okay. And I do have a description for this, depending on how it goes. So you said difficulty 8?
Yes.
Okay, so I can do that easily, and have. So here's my. If I go, how much above that to get a sweet thing? To step it up, is it 5?
Every 5 beyond the beats number. So
Okay, so
a 14
I actually
would start stepping up.
Okay, well, so I've got that.
Okay.
I've got an 8 and a 5 on 2 dice, and then I've still got a D10 left over for effect die. I also have these other dice, but you only do the 2 best and then an effect die, right? And then the other ones just get ignored.
You can spend a hero point to add another die in if you're trying to increase your total more, but usually once you get what you're going for, you conserve the hero dice for the hero pool points for activating stuff.
Okay, so I'm gonna get so the effect die then will be stepped up twice. Once
I rolled
from
an
afflict
8.
Yeah,
And
I've got a 14.
You got a 4. Wait, you said an 8 and a 5?
Or sorry, an 8 and a 5. Yeah, so 13.
It's a 13. That's
It's 5 more.
one. It's 5. You have to beat it, and then you start counting up.
Right.
So 14.
It starts at 9.
Starts at 9
8.
is what you need to roll, and then for
Okay.
every 5 after that.
Okay, well then I can just swap these two then. So a 16.
Whoa. 16 definitely will step you up by 1.
Yeah. I don't know why I was trying to go for like the closest to the target number. So it's going to be, so it's a 16 with a D10 effect, and then 1 step up from afflict as well.
So that's a D12 and a D6 affliction added to him.
Cool.
So whoever acts against him next gets to add a D12 and a D6. Go ahead.
So I come running from the other side of the stage area where all the explosive shit was happening, and just like a fucking effectively a light purple streak, I just jump midair, feet first, kick him square in the chest as I yell out, "Tag team, bitch!"
So a shotgun drop kick is. Are you going? Are you going basement, or are you going for the waist?
No, I'm going for like around
like chest
here,
area.
like solar plexus. Yeah.
So a lot of people think of the missile drop kick jumping off the top or going sideways. Shotgun, you're dropping your shoulders back and just sticking your feet out flat, and you land on your butt. So Norteño running at full speed, and then just all of a sudden jumps up into the air, shoves his feet forward, and just claps his hips as he slams into the arm of this of Magnum, who you see the metal on the arm buckle a little bit as he slams into the dune next to him, and a good degree of sand just covers over his body.
Call that shit a striker.
Next active, yeah.
Got your back, devil man.
I'm gonna hit both my assist buttons at the same time.
Yeah,
All right.
thanks,
Anyway,
That comes back around to you, GM.
yeah. Oh, it's me. Oh, yeah.
That's your 9.
Yeah,
It's- I
from
should specify, my
around around one of the other dunes
9.
behind Norteño. Norteño just hears, I could do tag teams. Let me give this a spin. No. As he comes around the corner, the hands extended. Kind of a wiry looking guy with a gun belt around his waist. Arms out at either side. You actually see his hands rotate inward, revolving
Oh God,
out.
Is that Revolver's music I hear?
As
I think he's going to be somebody's Huckleberry.
as the blades swing out into his hands this time, not revolvers specifically. As he starts running forward, arms flat out, T-pose style, you see him rotate one of the blades in the opposite direction.
So a little bit General Grievous.
And at this
You
point,
look like Dork.
At this point, yeah, as you start to see, he throws his shoulders, and while keeping his head stationary, his entire lower body starts to spin in a whirlwind as he slides towards you as a bladed tornado.
It's a fucking
Okay,
wonder.
less like Dork.
Yeah, it's fucking terrifying.
Revolver Ocelot.
And retract previous statement.
All right. So after hitting all 3 punch buttons, I need to know what you're going to do to defend against this.
Well, I'm
'Cause
gonna
flying at Norteño like this.
Yeah, so I think my plan is to kip up, and then I'm going to attempt to sort of push in between his blades at the exact moment that they're not about to dice me.
Mhm.
Right, so like hit between the cogs on the gear, so to say.
Okay, so kind
To
of like
try
a
to, like-
parry.
Yeah, and but I'm trying to clog him up.
Yeah, so it's like a parry. So
Yeah.
in a way. All right.
Clog the blades with flesh. Good idea.
Yeah, fight fire with Arthur.
True.
How do we stop the tanks? More men. All right. I need so this is Dex close combat.
Fantastic.
An appropriate distinction, and I would say
Super speed, or perhaps my enhanced reflexes, or perhaps my durability, so I don't get torn to pieces.
I would say pick between super speed and super durability, because the key to this maneuver is not getting hit by the blades.
Correct. Then let's go for super speed.
All right.
Okay, so
Rolls all ones.
I mean, so and then I don't use a. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention the last time around I was using. Where the fuck did my distinctions go?
I don't know. I don't keep track of them. I'm
I
sorry.
didn't take them. I didn't put them anywhere.
How
Yeah.
dare
I-
you?
No, I think that's you,
I
man.
left them.
That's right.
We leave those alone. We
I
don't
found
touch
them.
them. You've got your name on them.
So last time I was using show honor. This time I'm using. Well, so do I use a distinction for this or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always.
Okay, so never tap out.
Ooh.
That's a good distinction for this.
These are good distinctions, honestly.
Okay, so I am attempting to generate the highest number I can on any two dice. It doesn't matter the effect die.
You're
Correct?
setting my difficulty.
Okay. Then difficulty is set at a 14.
Okay. I'm gonna power push here. Spend an extra point there. So I've got the D10 for his dex for this. I'm using armed and dangerous.
I remember.
I got it.
I'm gonna put his D10 weapon in here, his D8 combat expert, and then I'm gonna also put in his D10. It's technically mimic. I represent it as adaptive weaponry. He basically can come up with something on the fly to do what he needs done. So I'm gonna spend that doom point to add in that extra D10. Ooh, and then I'm gonna activate a special effect, and I'm gonna split his weapon die. Because I'm gonna use the special effect right tool for the right job. Split his D10 weapon die into a pair of D8s. So that's
a lot of dice.
It's 2 D10s and 4 D8s in this pool.
Hey, I don't feel bad that I had to make this that I made this guy have to go all exalted in order to hurt me.
All right, so I hit an 18 with a D8. No, a D10. Aha! There was a D10 still in there. A D10 effect die. So as he slides in, matching speed with rotation, Revolver kicking up dirt behind him as he becomes this sliding dust devil of blades. Norteño tries to shoulder check forward in between the blades and ends up just getting a full-on clothesline across the shoulder blades, slamming him off in the opposite direction. So where you kicked Magnum, he hits you, spinning in the opposite direction, throwing you into the opposite dune, causing D10 pain.
So I roll a d10
Nope.
and...
Nope, you
No.
just calculate it. Just write down a d10 in your pain.
Ah, okay.
It steps up the same way. The way stress trackers work is that they
Yep.
step up the same way as the dice step up. And usually what it means is the more health tracker, different types of damage you can take, the sturdier you are.
I recall this now. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Next activation.
It's a lot of d10.
It's back around,
Or a lot of
back around to us again.
Alright.
But it sounded like Demi, like you had something.
I can give it a shot. Given the surge of
Right back.
given the surge of holy shit, wait, I can do this and we can help people. Pulls out more cards and tries his best to throw out a wall of projected force in front of the rephrasing. Wall of projected force between the dunes and the crowd.
Setting up a
To
defensive
prevent-
screen.
Yep, defensive wall basically.
Okay.
Mind you, he is inside the wall on the side of the crowd.
So you're creating a defensive asset for anybody on the other side of the wall. You can use this to step down You can use this to step down the crowd complication if you want.
Yes.
So there's a scene distinction that's kind of like an overarching complication. Anytime the crowd would come into the situation, I can just add that die as a problem for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, you can use this power to help make it so that the crowd can flee and then they're gone.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yep.
All right. Then you're going to have to generate a die that is higher than a D8 on an effect die to create this. Otherwise, you just step it down.
Cool. Constructs. I'm presuming this is just creation of construct then?
Yep.
Typical High Arcana construct?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So,
Composure, occult,
Composure, Cult.
distinction, and your construct power.
Give chances that I was never given.
Oof. It's a 14 is your
Jesus.
difficulty.
And Arcana Sorcery, another D10.
Rolled a pair of 7s on the D8s. It was a pair of D8s was the difficulty there. Just a pair of D8s.
Okay.
Since you're not
For beating a
attacking
14?
anyone specifically, I just had to generate difficulty dice based upon what you were doing.
Right. Just making sure. Difficulty 14, correct?
Yep.
Cool. Big money, no whammies.
Okay.
Take that
It
as
was
a
a
No,
long
bonus.
this is good. 17 with a D10.
All right. So that neutralizes the complication that is now off the table. That little scene distinction of crowd as this.
He's still using Sun.
Which card did you use? Still using Sun?
Hold on. Let's actually randomize and see what I get.
Oh boy.
Please not be Tower. Please not be Tower.
I mean, you succeed.
Yes.
Good. Magician.
Magician. Okay. A Merlin-ass looking blue energy construct flies forth from the card. And it doesn't have feet, it just moves as a specter. And when it gets to the dunes, it throws its arms out as though it's opening its cloak, and the cloak extends out. So now it is just the head of the construct, the head of the magician, and this large cloak opened up over, ready to consume any attacks coming in, giving the crowd enough time to rush for safety.
Doesn't even say anything to them. He just makes sure he keeps an eye out with his hands out, making sure that he's not saying a word and expecting them not to say anything back at him.
As is appropriate for these people, self-preservation takes over immediately if necessary. they give you some dirty fucking looks. But they also know the explosions are coming from that direction now at this point too, and they all run. The only people still in the area seem to be Chip, who rolled along the ground, and the congressman, the state congressman, who is currently trying to get himself up off the ground after the initial explosion knocked him to the floor. Knocked him to the beach sand, I should say. I believe that puts us to Atomica for activating.
Yeah, I am that is which is left. So, okay, so the crowd's basically dispersed and stuff then. The stage you said it was on fire. How on fire are we talking?
There are several
Like-
fires currently about
Okay.
that are mostly behind where the stage was and on where the stage is.
Okay.
Some
But
of the
we're on the
shots,
beach.
any shot that had trailed towards the crowd, you guys actually got in the way of.
Okay. So we're on the beach, so it's not likely to spread to anything unless there's like a lot of wood or something nearby.
Sea parks. Sorry, that's an IT cred
So-
reference.
So unless it looks like that the fire over there looks like it's an imminent threat to like human life. Okay, cool.
It is
In that case,
concerning.
I don't have to.
It is concerning that they had some kind of munition that is continuing to burn even in sand. But it's not
Not stoked
spreading.
about that. Okay, good. All right, so that's bad, but it's contained, which means like my first instinct is put the fire out. But good. This means I can make myself useful in the fight. Have I got a line? Like, can I see Trickshard at all?
He's
From
amongst
where
the
I'm-
dunes right
from where I'm-
now.
He's up in the. Damn it! All right.
Also, the cloak's still up, I think, which may
It
hamper
doesn't.
visibility.
It's not enough that it'd cause a problem. Your cloak thing was there mainly to help the crowd escape. It's not going to get in the way of the other heroes. So what's
Okay.
Sentinel's action?
Then in that case, if I can't see him, then I can. Let's see. We've got Revolver is spinning around and Magnum's in a lock thing. So there's the guy with the gun. I forget his name. It's killing me.
Caliber.
Caliber. Thank you.
You better not
yeah,
be killing
Caliber.
you.
That motherfucker I can see though, right?
Yeah,
Okay, great.
he's standing
that
on
case-
top of a dune with this massive rifle.
Okay, fantastic. Then what I would like to do is I kind of like push off and roll over and get myself back to my fucking bearings. Okay. Let's see that guy over there, and I want to reach into my coat, and if you guys don't mind me spending a hero point to produce an asset, I would very much like to run at this dude and fling. It's a what it looks like is a small orb with a couple of little like divots scooped out of it. Spinning chrome orb thing. What it's going to be is like a glue trap kind of thing. My goal being that I want to hurl this thing at him and restrain him, like like hit his gun or his hands, or just fork that guy with a bunch of glue.
Okay. Yeah, I
Use a
like it.
gizmo on it. Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
I have reflexive currently up. Would it be possible to assist with the asset I have already made to make it easier for Atomica to land this?
How would you assist in this action with your power? That's the big question. Also, you would have to spend a hero point as well.
I do not know off the top of my head, unfortunately. I was thinking more like just like lighting them up somehow. Like, hey, here's caliber, aim kind of thing, like a marker light, but I don't think that's a good way to word it. And that doesn't seem to help much.
Hmm.
Is it something where like you forgive me, I always think of your powers as kind of like a cool like JoJo's Green Lantern kind of situation.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Okay. Well, all right then. So like if maybe it's a situation where like I'm flinging this thing and obviously I'm crap at throwing stuff, but I throw hell of hard, so it could be that you could see that it's clearly going to go wide, and you create something that the glue bomb pungs off of. That's not ricochet is the word I'm looking for there, not
Yeah.
pung. Maybe something
They
like
could go
that.
an onomatopoeia kind of thing for it. Boom.
Years making
Yeah.
comics. That's all I can think about.
Crack a thum. All right, then yeah, make a.
Cool.
So I'm gonna generate difficulty, which means Demiurge is going to. Actually, you just spend the hero point, and Atomica gets
And I
to
get a die, I
add
think.
your power die to Atomica's
Yep.
pool.
Which I believe is a D10.
Sick. That would be very helpful, actually. Okay. So.
All right, I got my defense coming up here.
Mhm.
You need to beat.
Mhm.
Ooh, you need to beat a 13.
Ugh.
There's an opportunity on the table, though.
Yeah. Okay. As I check my cheat sheet to remind myself, you can use those to step down stuff. And there was one other thing. You can also spend a PP to activate an opportunity to step up an asset. Ha ha ha. Ah, I would love to use that to step up my glue trap asset from a D6 to a D8.
Okay. All right. So you get that hero point from chat, and then immediately it gets used to activate the opportunity.
Thank you, chat.
So I don't have to press any buttons.
you.
Chat.
Hey, it makes everybody's job just that much easier. All right. So, a lot of obvious stuff there, but which attribute and skill am I rolling? Is this like Dex ranged or
yeah, Dex range combat. Yeah.
Dex ranged? Great. I'm bad at both those things. But thankfully, I get to throw in my distinction for let's go. I'm throwing a gadget. Let's go with smartest person in the room. And I get you gave me a D10, which is fucking awesome. Okay. And I think that is everything. Yeah. 4 dice. And apology, you said it was a 13?
The difficulty is a 13. Yes.
13. All right. We got this. We don't got this. We do not have this. This is not something we have anymore. Okay, so wait, frick. There's one more die. I need to roll a friggin' D8 for the friggin' trap thing. The thing I created specifically in order to make this easier to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I should roll that. Okay, there we go. I've rolled that as well. It did not help. You did not help me. Okay. So I've used a lot of points here at this point, but if I could get one more, this would actually succeed.
How many do we even have at this point?
Yeah.
Did we just burn like 4 of them?
You're down to 2 if you use this now.
Okay, sure, I guess.
Do it.
Very
I'm planning on generating a PowerPoint on my turn.
Okay, sick. All right. Well, in that case,
And remember, as
that
you get
gives
low,
me a
you can generate them with hindrances.
Yes. That gives me a 15 with a D10 effect die as I fucking whip this thing over there.
Okay. It flies out. And give me a card, Demi. You're reflexive,
Star.
so random draw. A star?
Hey now.
Lines
Yeah,
up
an
lines up
all-star.
for Atomica's link anyway.
So here's how it
Your
goes.
social link with me.
Here's how it
Yeah.
goes.
That's what it's based on.
This ball flies out. This dented ball. The way it looks, this dented metallic orb flies through the air, and it looks like it's flying left. Like you sliced it like real hard.
Yeah.
And it's going off of there. But then a star outline with an internal concentric star within, rotating in opposite directions, kind of catches it, and Kirby launches the ball back in over the shoulder, and it smashes over his hands and the gun he's holding. As it just covers the gun, his arms, and like the front of his legs with just adhesive. As it slams onto the ground. So what was the
truck in that direction?
What was the effect die of that again?
That was a D10 effect.
A D10. Oof.
Yes, thank you, Demi. It's the only reason I rolled any D10s in that.
It's what I'm here for.
Sticky D10.
Oh God.
Ew. Wash your dice.
Please.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If somebody ever handed you has anybody who's been to a con and had to borrow dice has had the sticky die situation once in their life.
I don't do it. I'll pull up a random number generator on my cell phone before I'll do that shit.
There were days when we didn't have that.
Back in '06,
More
we didn't
than-
have no random generators.
I was gonna say it must have been more than at least a decade ago.
We don't need one. Yes, it was. Two, shut up.
That feels about how
Some of
long
us have
ago.
been doing this a while.
That feels about how long ago it was since the last time I was at a convention. I will
Yeah,
point
fair.
that out.
Right?
Yeah, true.
The last convention I went to, I got to hug Fox. That was great.
Me too. Wait. I mean, this is very confusing. Yes.
Yeah. Next activation.
Top of the round. So that means you.
Oh, Caliber's in quite the sicky situation right now. So
Thank you, Stanley.
all right, I'm gonna activate Revolver, who's currently standing near where Norteño was hit. His body slows down, and he comes to a stop. His body and head pointing in the same direction at this point. His hands swing in and swing back out with the guns, the knives folding into his wrists. As for a split second, you see that there's two sets of hands on some kind of a rotation point in his wrist, pointing at 180 degrees away from each other. As the next hand comes out holding a gun. And he points them both into Norteño's direction. Just says, "This is bonus!" And unloads some shots into Norteño's direction.
I get to roll for his difficulty, right?
Yeah, set a how are you resisting this? Are you dodging out of the way?
All of that. Yeah, I'm gonna roll my ass out of the way of this bullshit. I'm actually going to do a reverse kip into a handstand off my knees and flip backwards so I land on my feet.
Okay.
Out of the way.
Out of the way.
Is the plan.
No, I thought you meant into the bullets.
I mean, I went into the chipper shredder last turn, so who fucking knows?
It tracks.
Roll that resistance there.
All
I
right.
believe the term is guard crush
Dex,
or something.
Dex, athletics for dodging out of the way, distinction, and your super reflexes for this one. This isn't speed. This is reflexes.
So how do I add a specialty in? Because I've got a specialty in gymnastics under athletics.
That means that you would step up your athletics die by 1.
Fucking sweet. I get a D12.
That's how you get to D12s.
I thought it was you listen to the old Eminem shit. All right, never mind. I'm sorry. I'll stop. Obi Trice. No names, no gimmicks. 18.
Jesus Christ.
What?
That's it tonight. See you guys tomorrow.
I'm getting a
on the
snack.
next
I'll be
show
right
or
back. I
whatever.
gotta-
Yeah.
I-
I'm gonna roll these
I need a
dice.
snack.
This motherfucker out
I'll be right back.
in front of me. the audacity! No, even. You know what? I'd like to add a complication. Just throw it. No, I'm joking.
The line has been crossed. We got
Arsenio.
a miss.
Oh, sorry. Oh, shit. Arashi's even correcting me, too, so.
So I got a miss and an opportunity. So if you look at your at the quick reference sheet that I sent to everybody, the rules reference, it tells you what you can do with a opportunity. So you can step back a complication that you might have by 1. This includes stress. If you spend a hero point to activate my opportunity, or you can just let the opportunity lie.
I think I'm going to let the opportunity lie. I think I'll move my pain down to a D8.
That is activating it. So to do that, you have to activate the opportunity.
Oh, I see.
If you do nothing,
otherwise,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We got 3. It looks like.
We got 3 hero points right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Do you guys mind?
I thought you were generating one.
I will when I actually get an action.
He's
but
resisting right now.
I got this multi-limb motherfucker shooting at me.
I was inspired by a He-Man toy. All right.
Yeah, let's go ahead and step down the pain.
All right, so you activate the opportunity, and you are good to go. Next activation is me again, I believe.
That's you again.
Dune Cat.
Gonna activate Caliber. He's gonna try and melt off this, since he's been gooed by Atomica.
Why am I covered in goo?
Why am I dripping with goo? Oh. Where are you from? The Upper West Side?
For the kids who don't know, it's a little quote from a movie called Star Wars.
What the fuck's a Star War?
You know, the name Janos Pulha sounds like something out of a Star Wars film if you really think about it.
I mean, if
You're
you can
not
have
wrong.
a character named Biggs Darklighter, I think you can do anything.
Biggs Darklighter is a hero. You take that back.
I didn't say he wasn't a hero. I just said his name is dumb.
Hero of the Republic, you motherfucker. You put respect on that name.
Yeah, no, Biggs, I can't see him Darklighter.
Yeah.
All right. So, I need you to generate the difficulty of this. So, I think this relies upon how good of a scientist Atomica is.
Oh, a damn fine one, quite frankly.
Intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
Representing your design aspects.
Sure.
Science! Representing your understanding of
Wake my wife
science.
up.
Appropriate distinction and, I believe,
Smartest person in the room.
super intelligence might be good on this one if you have it.
Yeah, I
If
kinda
you
feel like
have
this
it.
is-
I don't want to
fact that she is-
assume.
Well, you know. You should. It's a good assumption. It's safe. It's a nice, safe assumption. What is this voice I'm doing? I don't even know.
I don't know.
I don't know why we're doing this. Oh, Archie. Archie, you rolled a 15 again, Archie.
One of these days, Atomica!
You went
That's
from all
statistically improbable.
you went.
I figure, I mean, if we're just going wherever the fuck we like, why not, right?
We were in All in the Family, and you went to Honeymooners. Okay.
That's a different show, Archie. You're not Archie Bunker. What are you doing in my house?
Oh, all right. Hold on. I gotta roll.
Hunsky is just being stoic as shit.
But yes, that was a 15 that I rolled.
All right. Let me see if I can get this. Now I have to generate a D10 to stop this. I have to generate, otherwise it's just step down. Instead of 15?
Affirmative.
Shit. Okay, I'm gonna spend a doom point
Yes, do it.
So that adds. So that's gets me up to a 12 plus another 5. It'll get me up to a 17 with a D10. So I will be able to melt it off. But you forced him to sacrifice his entire turn and a doom point with your action. So that's some
No, which is good because I couldn't get to anybody otherwise, so I'm okay with it.
that's some economy right there.
Efficiency.
And you got some support coming in from the chat on that. Okay. So he looks down at his hands, looking over his shoulder, seeing the star fade away, and then looking across and seeing Atomica on the beach. Just I was about to say,
Just trucking at him, just like.
just
it's
T-1000 running.
Yeah, just T-1000 running at him. Just...
It's
Me
the noise
falling-
that your
following
lab
behind,
coat
but
is
not as
making.
fast.
It's fucking adorable.
He looks back down at his hands, and you see both of his eyes start to glow red as beams of intense heat start to melt and crack the glue on his hands and on the gun before he's able to pull away, and it kind of melts, shreds off. He's still covered in it, but he can move as he shoulders the rifle, trying to track the knife hand pumping Atomica. Next activation. Was that me one more time?
Yeah. It's your third activation at the start of a round.
All right. I'm going to do what I always have fun doing. I'm going to spend all my doom points. Down to 0. As Caliber says, that's it. We're out. Job's done.
Son of a bitch.
He looked
I hate
down the
these
barrel,
guys.
just had a moment of like, no, we're good. As Revolver, pointing the pistols at Norteño, just has this moment of, ooh, next time.
Next time.
He throws his hands rotate back in and open hands come out as he runs over, gets hands around Magnum currently in the sand dune, looks up to Chernabog, says, duty calls. Looking back down to Magnum, he says, I'm sorry about this. And starts to spin, holding on to Magnum.
Shut the fuck up.
Because he's also a helicopter.
No. As he's spinning though,
Okay.
the sand that was covering Magnum gets thrown up into the air, and the dunes become a veritable sandstorm.
I thought our mental link was broken. What is happening? No.
I didn't do it. Don't blame me.
Oh god, there's another enemy.
In the said having to throw up your hands in front of your eyes, Norteño, Norteño and Chernabog defend themselves from the whirling sand.
God, you piece of shit! Quit that. Yeah.
As soon as it dissipates, a track in the ground can be seen where Revolver bolted with Magnum before it just kind of vanishes into the nothing of the dunes. Trickshard turns around, walks over, runs up the dune, which running up dunes of sand is fucking difficult, mind you. Runs up the dune to Caliber, pulls out from his back another one of the green shards. Just says, "We're leaving." "Yeah, we're out." "Fine." It glows pink for a second before he swings at the air and a line is drawn.
Is his name Harold?
Opening up like an eye. You
He
can
has a purple crayon.
Out on the purple crayon. It opens up like an eye, and you can see some kind of bunker on the other side of it, and the two of them duck through this image before it closes again, leaving the four of you and a very confused and panicked crowd as Congressman stands up and says, "They wouldn't let us have our freedom! The damn Prometheans attacked us here! What are we gonna do?" And then there's a shout from the crowd as they conveniently begin to forget about their moments of previous
Peril? Terror?
they forget how much you were helping them.
I did literally save that
Conveniently.
Congress guy's life.
You did. But
Asshole.
political theater is more important than gratitude.
If we eat all of these people into water, then we are still heroes of day. They don't tell anyone anything else. Just putting this out there to everyone.
This includes a senator and a couple other major figures.
Yes, they would die, but it's fine.
Unfortunately, that does go against just about every damn thing I believe in.
More
While I happen
importantly,
to...
it also goes against our orders from
Yeah.
Fine.
Cityscape.
Cityscape.
Okay,
God.
well.
No, all I had in my head was like Building Man. I'm like, don't say Building Man. Don't say fucking
His name is
Man.
Building Man! Ha ha ha!
There's some residual Chernabog in here.
To be fair, y'all do
They're
get
gonna have
along
fun
pretty
with that.
nicely.
So
Yeah.
what are the four of you doing at this point now?
Feeling
Being
a little
pissed off.
cheated.
Yes, same. I was going to end that fucking arm man. He was so close.
I need to know what you're doing as the crowd is turning on you, being led
We
by
gotta
the
go.
congressman.
Let's go.
Wait.
That's-
Being led by the congressman?
He's shouting for the Promethean heads, and you
Okay,
are
but he's not like at the head of the crowd or anything. He's on the other side of them from us.
Sorta.
Or
You know, he's
other
like
side of-
4 or 5 people deep, egging them on.
Use your super speed to pants him.
I thought about it, actually. You know what? How hard would that be to do? Like, presuming I know my own powers reasonably well, do I think that is something I could get away with?
At the risk of harming people around him, because there's a bit of a crowd forming now. They're
Okay,
pressing
well, then
in
never mind.
towards the dunes and towards where the remnants of the stage.
So we
Our
should just
usual
panic,
means of-
basically.
Our usual means of egress has departed. So, and again, like I'm reaching behind myself and I pull out. It's like one of those flick out nightstick kind of things, except that when you extend it, it's a bunch of bulbs on the end of it as it telescopes out. There you go. It's telescoping. That's what I'm calling it. Telescoping nightstick. She goes, "Eyes, everyone!" And this thing goes flash at the crowd, and it's like,
Ah, you son of a bitch! You have to tell us quicker. Ah.
and it's like just. I want to flashbang the crowd and run like hell.
For the sake of expediency and the closing of a scene, I think it's perfectly reasonable for Atomica to be able to do that to the crowd and allow for Norteño, Demiurge, and Chernabog to join her in getting the fuck out
Yup.
of there.
Yeah. Is there anyone in our group that does not have super speed or flight? Okay, I will carry Demiurge out.
So
I don't think my constructs will be able to give me super speed or super flight, so I'm totally okay with this.
they can give you for one turn or so. They can get you to places like that because it's sorcery.
Like the
it's
slide.
remember
Right.
you were able to do it
The cool rail
momentarily.
Yeah.
Yeah, that needs practice and
Struts
probably
a
not the first thing.
trebuchet, sits in trebuchet,
Yeah.
yeets it.
I didn't think
We
of a
still have
landing
to
plan.
land. You still gotta land. You still gotta land.
Someone
well-
catch me! Yeah.
So Chernabog using hammer to leap away,
Yeah, I'm flying. I'm leaping
anti-grav
away.
belt activating on
Yeah, it's like-
Atomica.
Swoosh.
Demiurge
wanna
is standing there
jetpack
like,
on
huh,
Mountain.
before yeet, and gets, I have a very specific image in my brain. This is an electric chair carry.
Yeah, it's fine.
I duck real low and come back up and it's like, all right, let's
Yeah,
go.
head between Demiurge's legs, he gets hoisted up, and Nortenyo has him by the legs, and it's just running.
Okay. Holy fuck. This is the first time he will ever be able to go super speed, so he's gonna have some problems after that.
The four of you are able to egress back to Horizon Foundation building, having avoided making the papers, maybe. Well, these newspapers make shit up all the time as well, so regardless, you make it back to the Horizon Foundation, away from the beach, away from the mass of extremely malcontent human supremacists. Back to the Panopticon, where Cityscape waits to find out what just happened. But we'll have to find out what that is next time,
Fair enough.
as tonight we finish our episode.
Sir, we did an oopsie.
Didn't do as bad of an oopsie.
Wait till Threshold finds out about this. Thank you, everybody, for
Threshold
joining us
ditched us.
tonight.
She
You're
bailed
not
on
Threshold.
us, not the other way.
Ditched us.
Thank you,
Oh, I
everybody,
hear it.
for joining us for tonight's
keeping shirt.
show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
I have been Connery. With me from the guest chair,
Hey, y'all, I'm Zed.
from the opposite of Texas in the north,
I believe he means me. I'm Five Hunsky. I'm in Canada now.
from the actual Texas,
No, I live in Austin and Fox.
She's right.
Yeah.
take us home, Tsunami.
I'm Lost Tsunami. Thank you very much for being here, and our GM is...
Oh, I started it off. I said I was the
I
Connery.
forgot. I'm
And
dumb.
It's a loop now.
Remember-
Connery.
And until we see you again, remember to always stay evil. Good night, everybody.